out in the ninth inning for save opportunities or not, whether it's Brandon Garcia or Jonathan Loaizaga. What have you seen from some of those guys as you throw them into a new situation?
It's a new environment for a relief pitcher today. Back, not too long ago, you had a closer, an eighth inning guy, seventh inning guy, and it just didn't matter. Those were their innings. I think that the more recent idea for a relief pitcher is to get the very critical point of the game as the best matchup and go out there and take care of the 3 or 4 hitters that you best can probably get out at that given time. So I've loved what the guys have done. They have accepted the roles, that there are no roles. What are we going to do in the back end of this game? I don't know. Brandon Garcia did get a couple saves because it was a left situation, but that could change on any given night. But overall, they've done a great job, and they are one of the main reasons we're in the position we're in today.
Torey, as always, appreciate your time. Best of luck against the Padres.
Thanks so much.
All right, that's skipper Torey Lovullo. When we come back, we'll wrap up the BP show right after this on the Morgan & Morgan Diamondbacks Radio Network.
Every team needs a closer, someone you trust when the game's on the line. At Morgan & Morgan, we've got a deep bullpen and winning streak, because when a case gets tough, you want someone ready to close. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Arizona Lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
With the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can bet while all the Diamondbacks action is in full swing. Parlay your favorite player props, home run hitters, and more with same-game parlays. Or select from today's pre-built parlays with quick picks. Plus, bet every inning live in the app. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Caesars Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, keep that off to the side right there. Man, you've got a rock, paper, scissors.
Go against him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
11th through September 16th. And remember, food deserves Pepsi.
Diamondbacks Radio Network. D-Backs BP Show.
The Diamondbacks and the Padres have split 6 games so far this season, and they've got 4 more in front of them this week. Both teams are on a roll. The Padres have won 8 of their last 9 games, and the Diamondbacks have won 14 of their last 20. Safe to say this series will be super important for the playoff race in the National League, as currently the Diamondbacks holding down one of those wild card spots. The Padres are hot on their heels. Chris Garagiola and Brandon Webb are standing by with much more on the pitching matchup, the starting lineups, and all the play-by-play. Padres versus D-backs, the series opener, is coming your way next on the Morgan & Morgan Diamondbacks Radio Network.
This has been the Diamondbacks BP Show, brought to you by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort has one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Join and get up to $25 in free play. Visit saltriverrewards.com to get started. Avnet, delivering what's next in technology every time we take the field. By Ram, hurrying for the Ram Declaration of Deals. Nothing stops Ram. And by Morgan & Morgan.
This one is way out of here, gone.
This has been the Diamondbacks BP Show.
12 News is dedicated to the Arizona Diamondbacks, bringing you the Friday fun. Lead off with D-backs on deck to get you ready for the first pitch. Then, tune in to watch select Friday home games on 12 News. It's all followed by 12 News at 10 for the latest developments across the state. Stream D-backs on deck, then catch up on breaking news, weather, and exclusive content. All available anytime on 12 Plus. It's baseball season in Arizona. 12 News.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
1-0. Bat is swung on, barreled out to deep left center field. Meadows is going back. He's looking. Oh, there it goes!
Arizona Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort has one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Join and get up to $25 in free play. Visit saltriverrewards.com to get started. Avnet, your hometown partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. By Jeep, hurrying for the Jeep Declaration of Deals. Jeep, there's only one. And by Morgan & Morgan.
1-1, swung on, lifted high and deep, left center field. Pages back to the fence. He leaps. This ball is gone.
Diamondbacks Radio Network.
Broadcasting live from Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, it is once again time for Arizona Diamondback baseball. And tonight, the D-backs ready to
charge into the final 2 months of the season. The trade deadline is over, and it's the first of 4 critical games against the division rival San Diego Padres. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the Greg Schulte radio booth. My name is Chris Garagiola. I am joined by our analyst, former Cy Young winner, Brandon Webb. We're also joined by Steve Zinsmeister. Leo Gilmartin is our producer, engineer. Ali Narini, our technical director, back in studio. All right, Webby, let's get right to it. D-backs, not a ton of moves obviously made at the deadline, just the one Lars Nootbaar, outfielder from the Cardinals, coming over. The D-backs giving up 3 prospects, including top pitching prospect Daniel Egan. I know that fans were probably hoping for a little bit more, but this is going to bolster a little bit of the outfield, get a little more power from the left side to this lineup that on the year has at times struggled to score runs.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what they were looking for. They were looking for a bat. Specifically, I think a left-handed bat. I think they would have preferred, and they were looking for a first baseman. That did not come to fruition. But Lars Nootbaar was out there, a 6-year veteran, all with the Cardinals, 241 hitter, great hitter against a right-handed pitcher. He's going to hit from the left side, so I think that intrigued him very much. Gave up Daniel Egan, number 5 prospect, pitching prospect, so that was a kind of a big deal.
We will talk to Mike Hazen later on in the broadcast just to get his thoughts on.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pine tar? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB-ACKS te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Come back from AAA. Reno, guys, flooding the strike zone. He's not giving up walks. He's not giving up the long ball. And you can make an argument he should be 6-0 over his last 6 starts. But regardless, the guy has been phenomenal every time he toes the rubber as of late.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. A totally different pitcher since he's come back. This is his 7th start. Team's 6-0 in his start since being back. 1.85 ERA. You said it. He's flooding the strike zone. Barely any walks. 18 Ks and only 7 earned runs over that stint. Again, he's just throwing strikes with all of his pitches, mainly the 3-pitch fastball mix, the 4-seam, 2-seam and cutter have been excellent for him, all sides of the plate. And then he uses, of course, the sweeper that's been so good for him. But, yeah, he's been fantastic. But we definitely would not have said that a couple months ago, but he's been amazing.
Meanwhile, for the Padres, it'll be the 31-year-old right-hander Michael King who makes the start. King, in his last 5 starts, had only given up 5 runs in 23 innings. That was until his most recent outing against the Rockies when he gave up 4 runs in just 6 innings of work. So the Diamondback offense, they will try and keep that trend going for King. But right now, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we will get you the starting lineups. And then it is time for first pitch. First of 4, Diamondbacks hosting the Padres. And the play-by-play action comes your way right after this on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Big rewards, summer excitement, one incredible night in August at Talking Stick Resort. Earn entries beginning August 1st at Talking Stick Resort. Then on August 28th, you could win up to $10,000 in cash or a 2027 BMW convertible. The Hot Ride Heat Wave is happening every Friday in August. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a 2027 BMW convertible. Details at TalkingStickResort.com. Life well played. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Folks.
Racing after it, dives and makes the grab. He makes agility catch. Taylor Trammell just made one of the catches of the year. Nice sliding stop. Vargas to his feet. Look at the moves. Flashing some leather right here. Bends over and makes another beautiful catch. Carson Bench making like Spider-Man. Marsh on the run. Marsh slides. He made the catch. What a play by Brandon Marsh. Times his leap. Goes up. Michael with another highlight play. Hey, Jackson Churio saved the day. How did he get to that baseball? Wow. Halpin is back. Near the wall. He leaps. He makes the catch. And Halpin takes at least extra bases away. Wow. Miguel Amaya twisting and turning. Great play back at third. Diving Tommy White gets a throws to first for the out. Sensational effort by the rookie. Bogart dives deep back in. That is spectacular defense.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
They're lined up like this. Leading off in right field, Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting second at second base, Jake Cronenworth. Batting third, DH Manny Machado. And in the cleanup spot at first base, it'll be Ty France. Batting fifth, it's center field, Jackson Merrill. Batting sixth in left field, Luis Rengifo. Batting seventh, catcher Luis Campusano. Batting eighth, shortstop Xander Bogaerts. And rounding out the starting nine for Stammen's Padres, at third base, it'll be Sung Moon Song. Again, the Padres are lined up with Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado, France, Merrill, Rengifo, Campusano, Bogaerts, and Song. And as we mentioned earlier, on the mound for the Padres, 31-year-old right-hander Michael King. King is in his third season with San Diego, 22 starts. He is 6-7 with a 3.38 earned run average. A look now at the starting lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Second place in the National League West with a record of 59-53. Leading off in right field, Corbin Carroll. Batting second, shortstop Geraldo Perdomo. Batting third in left field, Max Kepler. And in the cleanup position at second base, it'll be Ketel Marte. Batting fifth at third base, Nolan Arenado. Batting sixth, designated hitter Adrian Del Castillo. Batting seventh at first base, Tim Tawa. Batting eighth, catcher James McCann. And rounding out the starting nine in center field, it'll be the rookie Ryan Waldschmidt. Again, the Diamondbacks, they're lined up with Carroll, Perdomo, Kepler, Marte, Arenado, Del Castillo, Tawa, McCann, and Waldschmidt. And Webby on the mound for the Diamondbacks. It is the scorching hot Brandon Pfaadt.
Yeah, no doubt. Since coming back, the team is 6-0. He's been unbelievable. You can tell, and I think the biggest thing, and you can see his presence on the mound, is confidence. He's out there. He's pounding the strike zone with all of his fastballs. The four-seam up in the zone. He's letting that thing rip. He's not guiding it. The two-seam cutter working off that, and, of course, the sweeper. But he's changed a couple things with no overhead, in the delivery. He's moved over on the rubber. I think confidence has been huge for him.
That is our pitching report, which is brought to you by Jeep. Make this year legendary in a new Jeep vehicle like the stylish Grand Cherokee, iconic Wrangler, and luxurious Grand Wagoneer. See your local Jeep brand dealer for great deals on a brand new Jeep. Well, you've got really a situation here with the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. This Padre offense that has taken flight over the last 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Fott, who has been virtually untouchable over the better part of a month and a half. And we'll see which one ends up on top in this critical series opener. It'll be Tatis who digs in. Tatis is a right-handed hitter. Padres today in their full road uniform sets. Kind of brownish gray jerseys and pants with pinstripes, brown socks, a yellow mustard accent on the numbers and letters. The D-backs home whites, white jerseys, pants, Sedona red cap, and a black bill. We're ready for baseball, and so is Tatis. Drills it out to left. Kepler is back and right up against the warning track, and Wall makes the catch. One pitch, one out. No problem, am I right?
Well, you kind of love that as a starting pitcher right there. Tatis is always an aggressive hitter. Comes out and ambushes Brandon Fott off the first pitch. Gets it pretty well, but gets in on him just a little bit to the warning track.
First pitch at 6:41. 109 degrees outside, considerably cooler inside. Sunny skies here in downtown Phoenix as now Cronenworth takes the first pitch for his strike. Don't forget our first pitch time and temperature reports brought to you by Collins Comfort Masters. When the time comes, call 480-NO-WORRY for all of your air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and water filtration needs. 0-1 pitch now to the left-handed hitter is outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cronenworth on the season, hitting .214, 3 homers, 16 driven in. As he now takes this one just a touch outside. Here's McCann with an early challenge. So a swing count here, trying to make it 1-2 instead of the 2-1.
It's a bit early, I think, for me to challenge. It was close.
Yeah, that was
well out, yeah.
Considerably outside. So the fourth pitch of the game, D-backs unfortunately lose one of those challenges. They'll have to be a little cautious here for the rest of the game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Here's Fott's 2-1. Beautiful pitch. That is a strike. Home plate umpire tonight, Ramon De Jesus Jr. He's joined by Paul Clemens at first. James Jean is at second. And the crew chief, Quinn Walcott, is over at third. Padres coming off an impressive showing against the Rockies in their most recent series. As now the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Late call by De Jesus. And he was looking at Cronenworth, almost inviting a challenge to say, maybe I'm not 100% sure, but Cronenworth will accept the verdict and make his way back to the dugout. Oh, man, we just saw a replay. What a pitch.
Unbelievable. Perfect upper part of the zone with that four-seam fastball that we said that he just lets kind of eat up in that general area, catches the top inner corner of that strike zone for, yeah, what you said, a late called strike.
This is Machado. He's been hitting it much better as of late. Takes the first pitch here for his strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Machado on the season, .210 average, 23 homers, 65 driven in. Swing and a miss. Good sweeper. Didn't have a ton of left to right movement, but it was low, right on that low outside corner to the righty.
Perfect location for that pitch right there. 85 miles an hour, so about 8 or 9 miles an hour off that fastball.
Hit almost 300 in July, did Machado. Takes the 0-2 sweeper outside. Count is now 1-2 strikes. Had 7 home runs in the month of July. But more importantly, 4 of those 7 came in the last 10 days. So certainly getting hot. Here's the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, Machado fouls it.
There's 3 sweepers in a row. Let's see if he changes the eye level, maybe goes up high with another 4-seam, kind of let her high and see if he can get him to chase.
No score, 2 outs, top of the first. Fott looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Is 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him with a changeup, and that'll do it for the Pods here in the top of the first. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brandon as we go into the bottom of the first. It is.
Here comes DeLuca, closing, got it. Straight ahead, nice job by Johnny DeLuca.
Snagged nicely by Young. Thornton gets over to cover, and they get the out.
Makes a leap at the wall, and he makes the grab. A great catch by Julio.
It is a long run, and Jeremy gets there right in front of the sliding Lamont Wade Jr.
On the run is Crawford, and he makes the sliding grab.
Diving stop Nunez. From his knees, throws to Garcia in time for the out at first.
Coming on for Osuna. He lays out and makes the catch. What a play, Alejandro.
Alejandro Osuna.
Diving stop, Miggy Rowe. He's still got it.
Diving stop on one hop by Turner. To his feet, throws in time.
Holy smokes. Mitchell coming on, slides and makes the catch. A nice play by G-Mitch out there in center field. Halpin going back on the run at the track, leaping up, and he makes the catch. What a play by Petey Halpin.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Game day deals like this and more, only on Uber Eats. Order now. Terms apply. See app for details.
Life moves fast. It's fierce, persistent, determined. At City of Hope Cancer Center, we are too. We're moving science forward at the speed every diagnosis demands and every patient deserves. City of Hope Phoenix, pursuing cancer cures at the speed of life.
DBACKS Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the first inning, Corbin Carroll tried to jump the first heater he saw from Michael King. He swings right through. The count is 0-1. Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb. Glad to have you. Long homestand coming up for the D-backs. Going to span the next week and a half as now Carroll takes his second strike. And the count is 0-2. Carroll had 8 hits across the 10 games on that longest road trip of the season. 0-2 is swung on and fouled back. That's a 200 batting average for those who can't do the quick math. However, of his 8 hits, half of them went for extra bases. Drew 7 walks across the 10 games as well. So doing a little bit of everything. 0-2, that's a little cue shot. That'll go corkscrewing foul third base side.
Change up 3 4 seams in a row that Corbin saw right there. Took a couple of those, but then gets a really good change up there. Just able to get a tip of that.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Carroll swung at every pitch he's seen and continues that trend. Unfortunately, swings through the changeup and gets the strikeout. 1 down. And Webby, our keys to the game here, Diamondback offense, they were so good on the road. Big reason why they went 6-4 across the 10 games. What are you seeing as the keys to the game against King?
Yeah, I think King uses a lot of move. We saw some 4 seams there, but he uses a really nice sinker. All of his pitches move. We saw a couple really nice changeups. The strikeout there was 6, 7, 8 inches off the plate. I think you have to see him up in the zone and don't chase the ball out of the zone on this guy.
First pitch to Perdomo. Breaking ball missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Today's keys to the game brought to you by Chapman Automotive Group. 60 years, 20 locations statewide. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup again. Seems like early on, King has nice touch and feel to that pitch.
Yeah, really good feel for that. Arm action is tremendous. It looks like just the fastball coming out of the exact same slot. So really tough for the hitters to pick that up. And again, it has tremendous movement on it as well.
A couple homers for Perdomo on that road trip. We noticed he ditched the batting gloves in Washington and has not put them back on. That pitch missing high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. 239 average now on the season for Perdomo. Next home run will move him into double digits on the season. King works out of the windup with nobody on. His 2-1 pitch is a curveball that falls at the bottom of the strike zone. It's 2-2.
Good pitch there. You're going to have the changeup going away from the lefties. That was a sweeper that kind of backdoored on the outside corner, coming back on that on the lefty. So tough pitch.
2-2 changeup. That's off the plate away. That's exactly what you were talking about in your keys, laying off that changeup, particularly the one 6, maybe 7 inches off the plate. Perdomo did well there as he's now worked it to a 3-2 count. King ready, winds, and unleashes. Perdomo just deflects it foul. Looked like a cricketer there.
Yeah, a little check swing. Sinker, again, he gets similar move from the sinker and the changeup. They look really good out of the hand. And like you talked about, 6, 7, 8 inches, they end up off the plate.
Payoff. Rolled over foul first base side. We'll do it again. Lots of trades today across the Major League trade deadline, which came to an end at 3 o'clock local time here in Phoenix. Here's the 3-2 again. And Perdomo just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Another defensive swing, four-seam up in the zone, and just don't think Perdomo's quite seeing King's fastball or changeup very well right now.
Some real big moves were made involving some big names as well, besides some of the obvious ones like Tarek Skubal, which has already been talked about, I think, to death at this point. Here's a 3-2 again. There's strike three. Perdomo knew it, and that's just an A-plus sweeper from King.
Yeah, tough at bat there for Perdomo. Again, I just don't think he's seen the ball out of the hand of King very well. King mixed up his pitches very good. A couple four seams up high. 2 or 3 really good change-ups. It gets him on a looking sweeper again. It was pretty nasty.
This is Max Kepler in the 3-hole. Gabby Moreno in the starting lineup today, but if you tuned into the BP show with our own Steve Zinsmeister, you would have caught word that Gabby, a late scratch, to be present for the birth of his second son, which I'm imagining is happening right now.
I bet it is. So congratulations, Gabby.
All the best to him and his wife. Hope they have a happy, healthy delivery and baby as such. Here's the 1-0 now to Kepler, who took a first pitch for a strike. No, it seems to be a pitch comm issue now. King has stepped off the rubber, pointing to his ear. You cannot step off with nobody on base. There are a couple of exceptions. One of them is if the device is not working. It appears it is not. Ramon De Jesus Jr., the home plate umpire, standing right next to King and sees it's not working, so it's actually the umpire who's making the exchange here. Sometimes we see pitchers saying that the pitch comm isn't working. The umpire comes out. Turns out the pitch comm's working just fine. The umpire goes, I don't think so, pal. Boom. There's
yeah.
Exactly. Or what we've seen a lot more of is umpires kind of extending the courtesy. Hey, you get 5 mound visits in the game. If you want to use one of them right now, do that instead of the violation. If you want to keep the mound visit, take the violation, right? It's like a speeding ticket. Like, what do you want to do? You want to go to court? You want to just pay the fine?
Exactly.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the 1-0 to Kepler. Swings at that pitch, a changeup, fouls it into the screen. But some of the bigger trades, Webby, how about Baltimore moving Adley Rutschman over to the Red Sox? Orioles getting 4 different players in the deal.
That was a big one.
1-1. Ooh, locked up Kepler. Good-looking pitch. In off the plate, though. It's 2-1.
Yeah, front door sinker there. Really nice pitch. Again, he's got tremendous movement on that 2-seam. So you're going to see some of those front door sinkers trying to come back off the left-hander's hip, trying to catch that inside corner that just didn't quite get there.
Kepler swings at the 2-1. This is dribbling up the third base line. It just teardrops foul.
Yeah, Rutschman was almost like a Buster Posey kind of face of the franchise, you thought, there in Baltimore, and that was a big move.
Padres made a couple pitching moves here. Former Diamondback Robbie Ray going from the Giants over to San Diego for Miguel Mendez and Yoniel Hernandez. But the bigger one, Casey Mize and infielder Gage Workman headed over to San Diego in exchange for Cash Mayfield, Jackson Wolf. A couple of big prospects in the Padres system. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kepler just got a piece of that one. Really making Michael King work here, even though he might have himself a 1-2-3 inning. It's going to take him at least 20 pitches to do it. But back to Mize for a moment. Certainly reports online suggest that the D-backs were aggressively trying to put a package together. Worked on a deal for a couple days, and about 20 minutes before the deadline, San Diego comes out with the crown jewel, so to speak, in terms of pitchers.
Yeah, they got a nice haul there. Ray, of course, we've seen having a great year, 3 ERA up there in San Francisco. But yeah, Casey Mize, the record doesn't show it, but 2.7 ERA. It's a nice pickup for these guys.
Backdoor breaking ball missed outside, and that's going to be a walk. Tried that 3-2 sweeper that he locked up Perdomo with and could not execute against Kepler. So it's a 2-out walk, and here is Ketel Marte. Well, by his lofty standards, the road trip was just a brutal stretch for Ketel. Hit a $175 across 9 games, had 9 strikeouts, compared to just one walk in his 40 at-bats, and he is still obviously just trying to get through to the other side of this tough stretch. Takes the first pitch here. That's just off the corner. King tried to change up, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The batting average now down to 251 for Cattell.
We've seen Cattell in some of these stretches, and he tries to swing himself out of it and almost try to do too much, where he'll try to hit the ball too hard. There's a ball there again, 2-0. And it almost works against yourself, right? You try to do too much and nothing happens when all you need to do is kind of take what you're given, put the ball in play, and sometimes just a little single will get you out of the funk.
Runner at second, 2 outs, no score. And the 2-0 sweeper finds the outside edge. It's now 2-1. I don't think it's out of bounds to say that Cattell, very emotional player, and
no doubt.
It goes in both directions. When he gets hot, man, it is like molten white, nuclear hot.
For sure.
Here's a 2-1. Marte flinches but takes. That's just off the outside edge for ball 3-1. On the flip side, because of some of the emotions that we're talking about, when things go south, it can prolong some of those stretches perhaps a bit longer than certainly he and Diamondbacks are hoping for. Nobody wants to see a guy struggle, obviously.
Right.
3-1. There's a strike. Marte thought it was ball 4. D-backs only have 1 challenge left.
That was challenge worthy. I think if they had 2 in the tank, but that was well above the strike zone, I thought, and it was, yeah.
Here's the payoff. Cattell takes it high. That is ball 4. And all of a sudden, Michael King, back-to-back 2-out walks. And this might turn into a 30-pitch first inning for the Padres starter.
Yeah, a couple of nice at-bats there. Kepler fouling off some tough pitches, drawing a walk there. King's not a walking guy. He doesn't walk, too many guys. Marte again with a nice at-bat, some back-to-back walks, and like you said, pitch count just rising here in the first for King.
3.5 walks per 9 for King coming into play today. That is his career high, but it's not an egregious number higher than what we have seen over the last couple of years. Right now, pitching coach Ruben Diablo going to talk things over. The whole infield for the Padres congregating on the mound. And while they talk things over, a reminder of this mound visit is brought to you by Zoyo Neighborhood Yogurt. Swing away the heat with Zoyo Yogurt. Enjoy the best frozen yogurt in the valley, featuring the freshest flavors and a toppings bar that makes every visit unique. I will admit, there were times in the first half where I thought, not really the time for Froyo. We're here. Good God. Got off the plane and nearly burned my hand on the rail. It is a scorching summer here right now, the first week of August.
So some Froyo would do you right?
How about a swimming pool of it?
Absolutely.
Here's Arenado. 2 on, 2 out, no score, bottom of the first. And it takes the first pitch for a strike to Arenado. 243 average, 15 homers, 51 driven in. King has started this inning with 2 strikeouts and followed it with 2 walks. Laborious way to get your start going. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Called another strike. It's 0-2.
Seen a lot of off-speed pitches throughout the at-bats, but especially early on, with the exception of Corbin. Just, utilizing that change-up sweeper mix for the most part.
Here's the 0-2. Ooh, missed down and away. Good stop made by Campusano on that changeup. That could have got away from him and put a couple guys in scoring position. So that was the 30th pitch by King here in this first. D-backs have made him work, even if he posts a 0. 1-2. Down and away again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fought already finished his first inning of work. Did it on 11 pitches. 8 strikes, 3 balls. King, 18 strikes, 13 balls.
Wow. That's just the difference in pounding the strike zone, throwing strikes. And Fought had 2 strikeouts.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got the strikeout. King strikes out the side, but he took the scenic route. And that's going to do it for the D-backs. They strand 2. We go to the second, scoreless on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
There's a storm warning in South Florida. It's the Miami Marlins.
Baseball's hottest June team, and they stay red hot this month.
The fish are flying and are officially the hottest team in baseball this month. Otto Lopez is looking extremely all-starry at short. He's among league leaders in batting average, hits, and multi-hit games.
Otto Lopez has himself yet another multi-hit day.
Right beside him, Xavier Edwards, putting up solid on-base numbers while flashing some silky smooth glove work. Throw in Liam Hicks breaking out at 27, Max Meyer emerging as one of the league's best pitchers, and Sandy Alcantara starting to regain his Cy Young form. And hey, they've already proved they can beat the best. This season, they're the only team to hand losses to aces Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, and The Miz. Red flags are out in Little Havana. These Marlins are dangerous.
Arizona, gear up for baseball season with Daniels Jewelers, who is giving fans 50% off a single retail price item. Claim your offer before it's gone at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the second inning. Ty France leading off for the Padres, right-handed hitter, having a terrific year with the Pods. And the first pitch from Fott, breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. For the Padres, they'll have France, Merrill, and then Rengifo. 0-1. Another great pitch, another strike. It's 0-2, this time a four-seamer.
We're seeing just 0-1, 0-2 counts from Brandon Fott, just dominating the strike zone.
Here's the 0-2. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID in the Morgan & Morgan DBACKS Radio Network.
KMBP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
No score in the second. Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb. Brandon Fott 0-2, did check swing and did not go. Appeal down to Paul Clemens at first. It's now 1-2 on France. Just signed a one-year deal, did France in the offseason. Kind of seemed like such an innocuous move, and yet guy's hitting almost 300 and on pace to get probably 20 homers, maybe 80 RBIs. Not going to get anything here, though. Swing and miss on a top-shelf heater, and Brandon Fott with his third consecutive strikeout.
Great sequencing there again by Brandon Fott. We talk about the heater upstairs, but I think all set up with working ahead, a couple breaking balls, sweepers down and outside of the zone. Then he climbs the zone right there, gets a swing and miss. It's a nice job there by Fott in sequencing.
This is the left-handed hitting Merrill, and he takes the first one down for ball one. Merrill hitting .237. He does have 16 homers, and I could barely read my handwriting. I think that says 52 RBIs. Feeling good about that.
Yep.
1-0, there's a swing and miss. You know, for those who did not join us at the top of the broadcast, one of the things, Webby, you talked about, key for Fott, is throwing that four-seamer at the top of the zone, how that was going to be such an important pitch for him. That's how he got the strikeout of Francis. This is a ground ball left side, backhanded by Perdomo, reverse pivot spin, throw is late. Merrill can still move. Yeah, that'll be an infield hit for him. Padres have their first base runner.
Yeah, and it's not like Brandon Fott throws 98 miles an hour. He's throwing 93, 94 miles an hour up in the zone right there, and they can't catch it. It's all set up, like I said, again, for one, throwing strikes and working ahead, but two, you know, with the breaking balls that he set him up with away and down in the zone, the two pitches before that.
Fott also getting a decent amount of ground balls as of late. Let's see if he can get a two ball. Here's Luis Rengifo, switch hitter. First pitch swinging, high fly, left field, playable for Kepler. And that's routine. Makes the catch. Back to first goes Merrill. And again, Webby, we're talking about a one pitch out and what that does for a pitcher as he's trying to ease into his start.
Yeah, that was a first pitch change up. Not trying to do anything fancy with it, not trying to be too fine. He's gripping it, and he's letting the grip take control and take the speed off of it, throwing it like a fastball. It was right down the middle, had some movement to it, but just the aggressiveness and the speed gets him out in front.
Campusano, the catcher, takes outside for ball one. Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort have one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Join to get up to $25 in free play. Visit saltriverrewards.com to get started. From the stretch, Fott sets up on the first base side of the rubber, and his 1-0 is over the third base side of the plate, inside corner. 1-1.
I think, again, something else that changes. Just that pitch there. Four-seam fastball. He's not trying to dot the outside corner. He's being aggressive in the strike zone, just trying to get back into the count. He does that. Now it's 1-1, and the count's totally in his favor again.
It was a good-looking sweeper. D-backs lost a challenge in the first, so you're probably not going to see them challenge very often unless it's a real egregious miss. 2 balls and a strike. No score, top of the second. Fought ready. He fires. Oh, good changeup swing and a foul tip.
Nasty changeup right there. Again, just aiming right down the middle, faded inward to him, but the arm action and the variance in speeds from the four-seam fastball just gets him way out in front.
The 2-2 outside again. And if we had broadcasters kangaroo court, this might get me a fine. But you did not throw a changeup that often, or did you in your career?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was changeup or curveball that you liked.
It was more so later, probably the last 3 years. I was more of a two-seam changeup. That's where I got a lot of strikeouts on. Earlier on, more two-seam curveball.
And how would you grip your changeup?
It was a circle change. Normally people grip it as a two-seamer. I ended up gripping it. It was still a two-seam, but it was across the top of the two seams.
Instead of along it.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of along it.
3-2 in the air to center. Waldschmidt, rather than moving back, moves a little to his left, reaches up, makes the catch, and almost straightaway center. And that will do it for the Padres here at the top of the second. No runs, an infield hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Padres.
Here's Jackson, the last time at bat in Reggie Jackson's career.
I would compare my career to a farmer. It rained when you wanted, sunshine when you wanted to. And when you loaded up your truck, the prices were at an all-time high.
Broken bat up the middle, base hit, Reggie Jackson.
On the way home with a pocket full of money, you'd be smiling.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Van Poppel starts his motion, stumbles, the ball gets away, and the runners move up. I think there's going to be a full moon tonight.
Green gives a great effort, goes back, leaps straight up above. Boy, a strange play right there.
Hunter at the wall, jumping, and it's out of here! Hunter had the ball, Gary, and his glove fell over the wall.
Ground ball, step to the mound. Foster throws to the plate. He thought the bases were loaded.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Will it be on SportsCenter tonight? Bank on it.
Businesses all over the world source the right technology components and manage the logistics to get their products to market. The components we distribute are likely in the products you use and depend on every day, from your car to your household appliances. Avnet, delivering what's next in technology distribution. Visit avnet.com to learn more.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Adrian Del Castillo leads off the bottom of the second against Michael King. First pitch, that one just missed the mark for ball one. Brandon Fought, 2 scoreless innings, 26 pitches thrown. Michael King required 32 pitches to get through the first. Now this one swung on. That's off the end of the bat. And holding his ground in straightaway center, Jackson Merrill makes the catch. And that's what Michael King needs. That's a quick out to start the bottom of the second.
Good change up there. Nothing too fancy, but gets ADC out in front. Just a little lazy fly ball out to center field.
This is Tawa now. Tawa hitting .209, 4 homers, 21 driven in. And that first pitch is on the corner for a strike. King getting a little more touch and feel with that slider to the righties. I don't think it won the count. Changeups look good.
Yeah, all the off-speed to me for King has looked pretty good. Fastball's been a bit inconsistent for him so far.
Here's the 0-1. And got the sinker there for a strike. It's 0-2. It's interesting. I mean, it's good movement on the sinker.
Very good.
Pretty good velocity for a pitch that has that much horizontal run, and yet it feels like it's a lot of changeup, sweepers, and sliders.
Yeah, he throws a lot of junk balls.
Tried that changeup, missed outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
But he's 93, 94. You know, on a sinker, that's hard. That's a hard sinker with something that has really good movement as his does. But yeah, he throws a lot of changeups and sweepers.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Weekly hit left side of the mound. It's King who has it. Fade away. Throw to first. Throws it away. It goes up the line. Tawa hustling around second. He will dig for third. He'll have it with ease. And a mistake by Michael King puts the Diamondbacks' potential first run 90 feet away with only 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Just a good-looking pitch there. Gets Tawa to kind of chase one up in the zone, just tap her towards the third base side. But King, I'm almost letting Sung make that play or try to make it. It was a really tough play for him to go that way, turn, throw without setting his feet, and pulls it up the right field line there. It gets away. Now, instead of one base, got a dude on third base with 1 out.
I mean, where's Fernando Tatis Jr. on that play? He was just totally spectating. And now the infield is in for the Padres. This is McCann. Takes the first pitch low. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, McCann, a late addition. Moreno scratched about 40 minutes before first pitch, rushing to the hospital as his wife ready to give birth to their second child. 2 balls, no strikes. The sweeper missed outside. Not the worst news for the Diamondbacks at all. McCann has been on an absolute heater as of late. King is ready. That is 2-0. Ground ball to third. Contact play on. Tawa trying to score the throw. Oh, it's a rundown. Nope, they got him. Tawa hit the brakes approximately 5 feet from home plate. Nearly was able to get away to force a rundown, but unfortunately McCann, as is often the case with sinkers in on right, he's got jammed and rolled it over.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of those right there. Again, contact play. Sung playing off third base a bit. But soft ground ball, Tawa was just going as soon as the ball was put in play. Pretty easy out there for the Padres.
Fielder's choice. This is Waldschmidt hitting .291 now. And the first pitch to Waldschmidt. Breaking ball called a strike. Put out again on Tawa is 5-2. Don't forget Michael King had an 2-base throwing error. Tawa was awarded with a base hit. Here's the 0-1. Waldschmidt swings and misses right over his sweeper. And the count is 0-2. How about Waldschmidt hit .361 in the month of July. Granted, 12 games, 36 plate appearances, but I mean, that's still impressive. 13 hits across that stretch. The 0-2. And just outside, tried the same sweeper. A ball and 2 strikes.
I'm just catching up as well. 6-game hitting streak back in 588. 10 for 17. His last 6.
McCann, small lead at first. The pitch to Waldschmidt is too high. King started to walk off the mound. That was a changeup up in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Probably not where he was trying to throw it, but again, on a 2-strike count, it's a tough one to take. goes in the D-backs' favor, though.
I'll tell you what, Waldschmidt obviously trying to put together a little at bat here, but if he can somehow find a way on, King is going to follow a 30-pitch inning with a 20-pitch inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order. And the 2-2 pitch, that's a changeup down and away.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, even if we don't score a run, we're 50 pitches in the second inning.
It's a great approach. The Diamondbacks you're seeing from them, particularly, we've seen a few guys fall behind 0-2 and either work into a 2-2 count, or in this case for Waldschmidt, it's a 3-2 count. King comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded to third. Backhand by Song. Long throw to first in time. What a nifty backhand by Sun Moon Song. And that will do it for the Diamondbacks. In the bottom of the second, no runs, a hit, an error, and a man left. End of 2. Padres nothing, and the Diamondbacks nothing on the Morgan & Morgan D-back.
Breaking ball, grounder. Marshall lets Jeffries get it, toss to Cone, he tags the bag. And they say safe. Watch the runner, he's not watching the runner. The runner scores. And Cone's still arguing. Here comes the second runner. The second runner scores. I don't believe I just saw that. I don't believe it.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
No, that was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't.
443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
Partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The D-backs host the San Diego Padres at Chase Field for a 4-game weekday series starting August 3rd. Get your tickets for the matchup at DBACKS.com.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
All right, now scoreless here in the first of 4 D-backs and Padres as we're ready to start the third. This is Xander Bogaerts leading off. And first pitch just rips a line drive into left field. That'll be a base hit. Well, we have seen the Padres try and ambush Vaught a couple times now. Tatis with a long first pitch out, and then Rengifo did the same thing on a changeup. Now this time Bogaerts got a pitch up in the zone and was able to stroke one to left field. So this is Sun Moon Song. And he squares to bunt and drags it foul. You want to get those feet going when you're trying to drag bunt, so when you get a changeup, I feel like you have to wait forever. Your momentum's already leaking towards first base.
You run out of bat real quick when you're up the line about a step and a half trying to bunt something that's moving away from you.
Here, a lot of times, guys trying to get a sacrifice bunt down, best pitch from a pitcher's perspective is just try and buzz them with an up-end fastball. Really hard to react kind of quickly enough, especially if you have some velo.
Exactly. Get a pop out or...
Well, the 0-1 missed outside, but if you got a guy you feel like is, I've heard this from other pitchers, you feel like he's going to try and bunt his way aboard for a base hit, throw off speed, maybe a nice high hook, and all of a sudden.
The curveballs are usually pretty good. You know, it's tough to know exactly when they're doing it, but curveballs seem to work pretty well against bunts.
On the ground to Marte. This could be 2. Goes to second. There's 1. On to first. Double play. 4-6-3. Bang, bang at the bag. And that's how you wipe away a leadoff hit. We'll see if Stammen, the Padre manager, decides to challenge. It was close.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he got him for sure. And that's, Stammen says, no, we'll keep rolling it. But good change up there by Vaught. Down in the zone, gets sung to roll over to a 4-6-3 double play.
I mean, this is what it's felt like with Vaught. This is turning into the Magnificent 7. His 7th start, the prior 6. D-backs 6-0. He's 5-0, and Tatis swings at the first pitch again. My goodness. Ground ball to short. Throw to first in time. Inning is over. Font gives up a hit. Bases the minimum. And coming up next, we will chat with Diamondback General Manager Mike Hazen on the trade deadline. No score. D-backs and Padres on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Hello. You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
And he's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field.
Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
The 1-0. Fly ball down the left field line towards the pole. This ball is gone. Grand slam, Ethan Holiday, Oppo Taco.
For baseball season with Daniel's Jewelers, who is giving fans 50% off a single retail price item. Claim your offer before it's gone at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Corbin Carroll going to lead off the bottom of the third inning. And the first pitch from Michael King, just a little bit outside, missed with a sinker for ball 1. We promised we were going to talk to Diamondback General Manager Mike Hazen. TV, right? I mean, they can act like, their word is law. They do whatever they want.
They're big leaguing us.
Unbelievable. Pitch is a strike, 1-1. So it was a pretty quick top of the third, so he's decided to stick around and, that's just how it's been for radio. MTV, horrible, all right? The list goes on. There's a rip to first. It's caught by France. Carroll smoked a changeup, 103 miles an hour, gets nothing to show for it.
Wow, good swing, good approach there by Corbin Carroll. 103, just a smoke ball right at first base. Man.
One down for Perdomo. 60 years, 20 locations, statewide, one great partner, Chapman Automotive Group. Find your next vehicle the easy way at ChapmanAZ.com. Perdomo shows bunt, but pulls it back only to take a strike. No score, D-backs and Padres. This is the bottom of the third. And now the 0-1. Perdomo takes inside. Kind of an important at-bat here in the context of this Diamondback offense has made Michael King really grind over the first couple of innings. He's kind of in line for a quick inning once you get that leadoff man out, especially when you do it in fewer than 4 pitches.
Absolutely. Nobody better than Perdomo to work a 6 or 7 or longer pitch at bat.
The 2-1. Takes that pitch on the corner for a strike. It's 2-2. Swung on, fly ball, right center field, and that pops down for a 1-out single. Perdomo aboard here with 1 out in the third.
Another quality at bat by Perdomo. Getting behind there early. Working a 5-pitch at bat, coming in with a tough pitch. It was a good-looking 2-seam fastball, trying to do that comebacker off his hip. And Perdomo was able to stay on that. Got jammed a little bit, but dunked it into center field.
This is Max Kepler. Okay, we talked about it a little bit earlier. We're going to have the Diamondback General Manager Mike Hazen on for the top of the 4th inning. As the first pitch to Kepler. Swung on, and fouled out of play. Tons of trades happened today, really over the last 24 to 36 hours. Not going to go through all of them. If you are really interested, MLB Trade Rumors has a recap of all the trades kind of around the trade deadline, and it's organized by team. If you really want to see kind of who did what, I highly recommend that. There's the 0-1. That's going to miss as well. But, I thought it was interesting. The Phillies, they add Luis Rise. One of the problems the Phillies have had, on top of inconsistent offense, has been some shaky defense. Arise is only going to add to that problem, even though he is a very quality bat. 1-1 changeup is low. It's now 2 balls and a strike. So it's really interesting from their perspective, kind of pushing the chips all in. And Dave Dombrowski's relying mostly on the guys who are there like, hey, look, you kind of got us into this mess with that slow start. You're going to have to get us out of it and find that surge that they did once they made the managerial change. 2-1, that's a great take by Kepler. Sweeper down, ball 3, but a challenge coming by the Padre catcher, Campusano. It's an interesting one. It looked a little low to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good slider. Definitely bottom of the zone.
Oh, it just caught the very bottom. Good challenge. With ABS, I'm really enjoying not seeing the box on our monitor.
Exactly. I agree. I think that's what got everybody in a tizzy. You could see it.
Ground ball to second. This could be a double play ball. Cronenworth to Bogarts. There's 1 on to first. That's 2. And that's a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. So a quick inning for King. Gives up a hit, strands nobody. And after 3, it is the Padres nothing and the Diamondbacks nothing in the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
After
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. It was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. The black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Oh, and it hit Trout right off his right side. He dismisses the athletic training staff, says he's okay.
In between innings. Wow. Look at the silos.
It says knuckling.
Tell you what, you know why they're mascots. They swung and missed at that thing about 100 times.
Look out, fellas. A nice job protecting the bullpen.
What a wild turn of events there. It's going to be an out on Nasim Nunez on one of the wilder plays you will see.
Afternoons, it's Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m. Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m.
Bernsey, what's going on?
Arizona's biggest sports personalities are on the local sports leader. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
DBACKS Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the 4th inning, no score. Brandon Pfaadt continues to pitch beautifully as he faces Jake Cronenworth. Second time through the order. First pitch, he swings, and that's a can of corn into shallow center. Who wants it? Right now it appears the shortstop Perdomo. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. We introduce Mike Hazen, general manager of the Diamondbacks. Talk a little bit about the trade deadline. Mike, thanks for joining us.
What's going on, guys?
Obviously the move for the Diamondbacks, Lars Nootbaar. You guys had talked for a while about wanting to get just a little more thump left side to your offense. Also helps you as a corner outfielder. Just talk a little bit about what you like about Lars and kind of how long you've been eyeing him as a potential add.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched him. He's banged us around pretty good when we play him. He's a really good player. He's a good left-handed hitter. He gets on base. He doesn't. Again, I think our lineup, as you know, we're not just going to be built to hit homers all over the place. We need to go 1 through 9, build innings, create traffic. And we've done a lot better at that lately in the last month, and we think he's going to add into that. And I think we've done a lot better versus lefties and righties. So trying to even out the offense a little bit. Lawler's coming back, Uriel's coming back. They're both right-handed. So giving us, and we know Kepler's not going to be around if we get where we want to go.
Fly ball center. Waldschmidt racing back, makes the catch. What a wonderful course correct after dashing in. And Waldschmidt showcasing the defense on that play.
Yeah, it was a great play. He's been a really good player. He was probably the most asked about guy at the deadline. So, you have a decision to make on a guy like that. He's going to be one of the best players in this organization for the next 6 years. Yeah, he might not be 6 years of an all-star, but he's going to be an everyday, really good baseball player, and we think could have an all-star game or two. And he was probably our number one, the most asked person. And so you have a decision to make. Do you rip that guy off your team and trade him for a rental or somebody that's going to be here for a year and a half? It's a tough call.
Swing and a miss by Ty France. The count is quickly 0-2. Look, not even my dad will tell me about some of the conversations he had around the trade deadline. But if I had to imagine what it was like for you, I imagine there were a lot of deals that say, if Waldschmidt's not in this, then we're not interested.
Yes, there were many deals that specific phrase was said. You cannot access this player without Ryan Waldschmidt. And honestly, Brandon Garcia and Juan Murillo and others that are in that bucket of young big leaguer that, Tommy Troy, Jordan Lawler, all those guys, but specific to Waldschmidt because he's the one out there right now, so they don't talk about the injured players as much. You get pinned to that, and you talk about it. It's not like, hey, everybody has a price for everything, but you have to draw your line some places too.
On the ground, left side, Arenado has it, moving to his left, on the run, on the money. That's in time. The inning is over. And, Mike, can you stick around for one more half inning? All right, we're going to have Mike Hazen stick around for one more half inning. Fought faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 0-0. D-backs and Padres on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
Why is that person holding a Keith Hernandez card in their hand during the game? Are they waiting for you?
I never cared for that particular pose right there, to be honest with you. I mean, where do you sign on that card?
Right on your best feature. Keith on one side and Hernandez on the other.
I can only sign it on the Bohunkas, though.
Oh, that's a lovely signature.
Right across the boat. Look at that. It's like a tattoo.
In a big-time spot here in the 8th. It's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch. And he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go? A bomb.
421 feet away.
My goodness.
Christian Yelich, a 3-run blast.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Life moves fast. It's fierce, persistent, determined. At City of Hope Cancer Center, we are too. We're moving science forward at the speed every diagnosis demands and every patient deserves. City of Hope Phoenix, pursuing cancer cures at the speed of life.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 in the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Ketel Marte will lead off facing Michael King. No score, first pitch. And that is inside for ball one. Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb and Diamondback General Manager Mike Hazen talking a little bit about the trade deadline. This is my last and kind of only question remaining about the deadline, Mike, is I don't know if this is anecdotal, but it felt like in years prior you guys saw the benefit of trying to maybe make a move, say, 2 weeks ahead of the deadline. Kind of get out in front. Not only do you get the player a little bit longer, but kind of jumpstart the market. How active were you 2, maybe 3 weeks ahead of this deadline, trying to see if you could make something happen?
Yeah, not as active. I was trying to do that. I see a value in that because it pops the balloon a little bit on, what you're going to do on the day today when the rush and everyone's fixated on it. You can jump the market, and we have done that. This deadline was a little different because as of the All-Star break, I wasn't going after pitching. When Gallen went down,
that was a strike called on a 3-0 pitch. Looked like it was off the mark, but they'll have to bring Marte back.
When Gallen went down, and had Nelson obviously right before that. I don't know why he keeps calling strikes on Cattell like that. Like, hits twice now. Those balls aren't even close.
Not even close.
Yeah. So it shifted our focus. We weren't planning on spending time in the starting market because Soroka was coming back. Gallen was still in the rotation. We would have grinded it through with the kids until Soroka comes back, who will be back soon. It shifted, hey, do we need to go and give ourselves something for the month of August? And so it shifted off the bats and onto the pitching.
3-2 is line, foul right side. Not to mention, it's tricky to get bats from contending teams because they're still trying to figure out with the log jam of the wild card.
That's right. The market was really tough because the Marlins and the Nats and the Pirates and us and the Phillies and the Cubs and the Padres, everybody's in it. In the American League, everyone's in it. The Red Sox were dead like a month ago. The Tigers were dead a month ago. They're right in it. The Orioles were knocked down for a long time. They're right in it. The entire American League West is in it. So I think that there was some tricky things. Like you saw Toronto sell off their team, but then go buy Jose Soriano, which we were in on Soriano. So if Toronto's not a buyer, maybe there's more people. So, and who knows? Maybe we don't get a deal done there, but that takes it. They go it. So it's those types of things that this market was a little tricky in that regard. And then traditionally, the volume of your deals, and a lot of the deals, you get bullpen guys. Everyone has bullpen guys, right? The bullpen's been our strength the entire season. And Martinez is coming back soon. And while I want to continue to add to that, I don't really feel like going out and getting just a random bullpen guy and optioning Garcia or Murillo.
This is a pop-up left side of the infield. Arenado on an 0-1. And coming in to make the catch is Bogart. Marte remains at first, one out here in the fourth.
Puts you in a tricky spot. And then, Ginkel's been one of our best relievers. Loizaga was our most asked for teams that were just trying to get some of our relievers. And with Martinez coming back, we just didn't have as many holes. And again, I think some of that was the focus for us most of the day was on the starters, and I just wasn't able to get one coming here.
Look, I understand, certainly from a fan's perspective, right, that sometimes volume and quantity is what you want to say. Hey, look, we got 4, 5, 6 shiny new pieces. But the reality is making a move for the sake of making a move is going to set your franchise back, particularly both in the present and in the future. And to your point, it's not just a few injured guys that had, they were 4th outfielders or 6 men in the rotation. These were meaningful pieces. Martinez was closing games. Soroka was arguably the best starter, right?
Yep.
Lawler is such a dynamic player in the outfield. These guys are going to make significant impacts. And a couple of those guys, Lawler and Soroka, they're very close.
Yes, they're coming back here in the next 2 weeks. So, and maybe even by the end of this week if everything goes right. So you're right. And we did balance that out. We still, again, that wasn't what blocked. We still had the opportunity to sneak a guy here or there. 5 guys? No. Then I agree with you. We're starting to just make moves to make moves. But we still had a chance to sort of knife a couple guys in, and I would have liked to have gotten that. And, I went and met with the team a month ago, and I asked them to put us in a position to buy, and we did buy. I'm not sure we bought to the level that they had anticipated, and maybe I had anticipated. But now we have a team here, and we're a good team, and we're sitting where we're sitting, and we're right in the thick of this with all those guys coming back. And I believe our best baseball is in front of us. So we're going to go out there and continue to play good baseball, and then we'll see where this takes us by the end of the year.
Here's a 1-2 now to Del Castillo. Swung on, line shot through the left side. That's a base hit. Marte will hold it second. And a beautiful pass at the ball that time from Del. There's 2 on and only 1 out for Tawa.
Is that what it feels like? Kind of, you got these guys coming back that have been out, some of them for most of the year. Those are additions. Those will feel like you did something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It does. I tried to block that out when I was going through the deadline because I said, all right, that's gravy, right? Go out and make the team better, and then that'll just be gravy when they do. And now we're just going to need to lean on it a little bit more.
First pitch to Tawa, swings and drives it out towards the left field corner. It's on its way and gone. 3-run homer, Tim Tawa, that's his 5th. And the Diamondbacks jump out in front 3-0.
See, he was offended that I said we needed to upgrade offensively at first base. And I believe the appropriate response to that being offended is do it in spite of me.
Go ahead and hit a home run.
And go and hit a 3-run jack.
Hey, man, let Twitter roast you, all right?
They are. Trust me, they are roasted. Have at it, everybody.
Daniel's Jewelers, your proud trip around the diamond sponsor. Don't miss out. Grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. Maybe he's still fired up about Cleveland's offense at the 6th inning bunt. Who knows? Who cares? This is McCann. Yeah, the first pitch to him is a strike, and the count is 0-1. 3-0 Diamondbacks, bottom of the 4th. We're talking with general manager.
You know who can go online tonight? Timmy Tawa.
We got to take your phone away, man.
It's my friends that do it. Like it's like you think it's your enemies. It's not your enemies. It's your friends that are like, hey man, want to know what they're saying about you? I'm like, no, I
really don't.
I could guess, and they're like, it's worse.
I can only imagine what in school you might have been like when it was like, do a self-evaluation.
Oh, man.
Teacher was like, good God, Mike.
Yeah, I'm just going to see myself out.
0-2, McCann lines it foul. Let's talk a little bit about some of the pitching here. Corbin Burns, one of the guys that was talking prior to the game today as well. You have this difficult position where you want to make sure when he comes back he is healthy. He is going to be coming back at the very thick of it, and I'm sure he's going to want to go pedal to the metal. How do you see that unfolding?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I don't know. I will tell you that we will not put him in a position to not be able to go pedal to the metal. We know what we're dealing with, know the human being you're dealing with. So I think every precaution will be taken to make sure that when he's out there, we're in a good physical space to go pedal to the metal. He's had a long rehab. Obviously, he had the setback with the injury in the lat or in the shoulder, and he'll be good. He'll be good to go from that. We'll certainly feel great about the elbow because the elbow probably put him back in July. So now we're in September, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think Gallon's going to be built out a little bit bigger than Nelly and Burns will. I would imagine. I think Gallon is going to be starting bullpens and starting that progression, and then we got to build him up to his pitch count, so that's going to take some time. But he was down the least, and then Nelly and Burns will come back, and we'll see where they fit in. But we have a lot of off days in September, so we'll be able to play with the rotation. We get an extra pitcher, so you'll be playing with an extra guy every night, and that should afford you the ability to have, say, a guy that can go 50 pitches instead of, having a guy who's a starter go 80 to 90.
Right.
So, and then he's going to build up from there, and by the end of the month, he should be in a much better position from a pitch count standpoint. So, I don't really know. I got excited about having Puck and Martinez and Burns and those guys back in like the June, July area.
Right.
Not batting 1,000 on that. So I'm just going to wait and see how that goes. I'm most excited about Soroka, Gurriel, Lawler, and Martinez at this point coming back, and then we'll focus on that next wave coming after that.
1-2 pitch. Waldschmidt swings and fouls it away. I mean, you could be optimistic or pessimistic. Like, the Diamondbacks are playing some of their best baseball. I don't think you've got anywhere near the consistency from guys like Corbin and Cattell. It's really been the supporting cast, and it's been the offense that has been driving, I think, this nice run of form. Your three veterans are really starting to coalesce nicely, and like you said, the bullpen stays rock steady. So just imagine if you get a little more consistency to run this group.
And we will. Those guys are too good of players, right? History is going to tell us that they are going to be just fine. And I've said this, maybe they all come together at the same time, and then there you go.
We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Mike, thanks so much for giving us some time. D-backs get 3 as we go into the 5th inning. 3-0 Diamondbacks on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
An animal on the field. Skunk City.
Oh, nobody is going near it. Look at that.
Killer skunk.
Going into the dugout. That'll empty that dugout in a hurry. Look at him go. And the cameraman. Oh, the cameraman to go.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Here's 3 rows of seating. I can chase every day with Cherokee's 140 standard and available safety features. And I can see this country in all its beauty in the award-winning Grand Cherokee. You can do anything with a great deal at the Jeep Make This the Summer event. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
D-backs have a 3-0 lead right now against the Padres. This is Jackson Merrill leading it off in the top of the 5th inning. D-backs got a 3-run home run from Tim Tawa as the 1-0 is a called strike. It's 1-1. Always appreciate when Mike Hazen able to give us some time. I will say this because typically TV and radio gets him the same inning. TV on the top of the inning, we get him the bottom. As 1-1 is swung on a miss. That usually means it's the Diamondback offense when we're talking to him.
Yeah.
We've been on a nice little run where they do some good things when Mike's here, and he is just, I mean, I don't know if this has been the happiest day for him. You could hear some of the disappointment and frustration.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure, yes.
But, certainly always gives us very thoughtful answers, hardly leaves out a detail.
No, he didn't. He was hard on himself, and
I mean, you could get the sense, right? He even said as much. Here's a 2-2. And Merrill fouls it back. D-backs, if they wanted to make a few more deals, they had to remove players off the Major League roster.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to do that.
No, he wasn't. And we're going to see if it works out. We're going to see what kind of impact some of these injured guys will make. But regardless, right, even without these additions, the Diamondbacks are playing good baseball. 2-2, that's a fly ball into left center field. This is Waldschmidt now, almost in the power alley. Makes the catch, medium depth range. 1 up and 1 down. We'll get back to Fott here in a second, but Newbar will help. This offense, even if they got another bat, like let's be frank here. If Carroll and Cattell come alive, this offense will soar. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like you could take a guy off this lineup, and if those 2 guys get hot, they will power you into October. That's just how much talent that they have.
Yeah. And you're trying to project somebody. He said Waldy was in on all the big deals. Waldy was the guy that everybody wanted. And you're projecting a guy he's got a couple months in the big leagues, and he's looking really good. It's just be tough to let him go with anybody.
1 ball, 1 strike on Rengifo. 3-0 Diamondbacks. We're in the 5th. And Fott's 1-1. Is just a bit outside. And I had the chance right before batting practice on the field. I was talking with Ryan Walsh, but I said, well, first I said, I had to imagine it's a stressful day for you. He goes, there's one point in the day where it was real bad. As a 2-1, this is a ground ball to first. Fought late getting over. It's a foot race to the bag, and out is the call. Head first dive by Rengifo. He thought he got a hand on it, and Fought. If this is not challenged and overturned, he's a lucky boy because he did not get over, and the Padres will not challenge.
Yeah, Fought maybe just a little bit of a stutter. Anytime a starting pitcher, a ball hit to that right side, you immediately need to start running over there. He hesitates just a half second, puts him in a little bit of a predicament, but gets there at about a half a step, a half a hand actually with the head first slide there by Rengifo and gets him.
2 down now. This is Luis Campusano. He swung at the first pitch his first time up. First pitch here, takes it just outside. No, just to finish that little anecdote on Walsh base. His girlfriend, he hear his phone, and at one point in the morning, like 15 straight notifications went off, and he thought, oh, God, here it is. This is it. It's a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. And that is going to go into the corner. Kepler retrieves it. And Campusano at second with a 2-out double. Here at the top of the 5th, D-backs still lead at 3-0. But, just talking to him before, like, it's one thing when a team says, hey, look, we like you, we think you're a great player. It's a whole different equation when this team's clearly trying to add. And most of the deals that involve some familiar names, it sounds like, were
big
shot
names,
down
right?
because of you.
You got to feel pretty good about the organization that's like, he's pretty much out of the deal. He's not going anywhere. So
here's Xander Bogaerts. And Bogaerts takes a sweeper outside for ball one. Meanwhile, Brandon Pfaadt, it's kind of like same old since what we had seen come up from AAA Reno. This is his 7th start. This is looking like the prior 6.
Yeah, just pounding the strike zone, using all of his pitches, fastballs, working ahead. Pulled a couple sweepers here in this at bat, but just looking great.
And now McCann going to go out for a mound visit. Probably a wise idea here. Got a couple of quick outs, gave up the double. Now he's falling behind 2-0.
Yeah, give him a little breather. Get him thinking, talk it over what we want to do here. There is a base open. Of course, you don't want to walk in a 2-0, but let's get a game plan.
2027 D-Backs Advantage memberships are on sale now. Get access to flexible ticket plans, access to exclusive events, and experience postseason priority and much, much more. Visit dbacks.com/memberships for more information. Two balls, no strikes on Bogaerts. Bogaerts did have a base hit his first time up. D-Backs still lead it 3-0. With 2 outs, the 2-0 pitch is on the way. Bogaerts swings and hits it out towards right. It's fairly deep, but Carroll behind it, squares his chest, makes the catch, inning over. 56 pitches for Brandon Pfaadt to fire 5 shutout. He has got it working tonight. And we go into the bottom of the 5th, halftime in the desert. D-Backs, they lead the Padres 3-0 on the Morgan & Morgan D-Backs Radio Network.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Dominic Smith leads off for Atlanta.
Pitch on the way. Dominic Smith hammers one. A mile high, a mile deep, a majestic shot, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a display of power by Dominic Smith. A home run deep over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Boy, that was such a pretty swing. Dominic just pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it, and that ball cleared the fence. I mean, waved goodbye as it was going over. It was smoked.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
After the D-Backs Dodgers game on Friday, August 7th, enjoy a free post-game concert featuring Jayco. Add a concert field pass to your ticket and see the show from the field. Visit dbacks.com/concerts.
D-Backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Corbin Carroll takes a rip at the first pitch slider from Michael King. Comes up empty. And the count is 0-1. Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb. Bottom of the 5th, D-Backs have a 3-0 lead. The 0-1. Carroll takes it too high for ball one. 1-1. Carroll tonight is 0 for 2 as he flinches but takes high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Padres in this game have just 3 hits. D-Backs have 4 hits, but one of those hits was a 3-run home run by Tim Tawa. There's a 2-1. Carroll sends it sky high center field. In comes Merrill, just waiting for it to come down. And now with 2 hands, squeezes it shut. There's 1 away.
Good change up there by King. Behind in the count, 2-1. Throws it down in the zone there and gets Corbin to out in front. Lazy fly ball to center field.
At Dignity Health, our team of orthopedic experts can help keep you in motion. Don't let joint pain put your life on pause. Visit dignityhealth.org/AZ Ortho to learn more. First pitch for DOMO. He will take a strike. 0-1 the count. Perdomo had a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 2. There's now the 0-1. He is on the ground at first. That hops over the bag. It's knocked down by France. Couldn't field it cleanly. Throw to first. Not in time. Little underhand flip. King did well. He tried to stretch like a first baseman, but that bobble was costly by Ty France.
That ball was right over first base, just hugging that line. Good call. It was a fair ball, but Ty France bobbled just a hair there. The underhand flip was a bit high. If he would have shuffled it a little more of a line drive, I think he would have had him, but Perdomo just able to beat that out.
So the man is aboard here, and that throw to first is not in time. Just had a double check here. I believe they have given Perdomo a base hit on that ground ball. So that'll be his second hit of the day. And now Kepler, he is 0 for 1, a walk and a double play ball. And Kepler tries to go the opposite way, rolls it foul outside of third. Michael King so far has pitched 4 1/3 innings. It has taken him 92 pitches to get to this point. As such, the Padres, they will get activity up in the bullpen.
Yeah, no doubt. Those first couple innings, sitting right on almost 50 pitches.
Good backdoor breaking ball there. That's a strike. It's 0-2. And look, credit this Diamondback offense. They were unable to score, but they didn't deviate from the approach. Guys were being incredibly patient, even when they fell behind. A couple strikes in the count. 0-2. And Kepler takes strike 3, and he knew it. So for King, that'll be strikeout number 5. And there is 2-way for Ketel Marte. 3-0 Diamondbacks. The D-backs are safe at home with Blue Sky Pest Control, the official pest control provider for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Chase Field. Marte tried to jump the first pitch, and just right off the end of the bat, hits a grounder to King. He goes to first in time. The inning is over. D-backs, no runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. And end of 5 here in Phoenix. It's the D-backs 3 in the
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove, and then so Ozzie's walking out saying, "Hang on, what's falling out of my glove? Hold on, what?" And I'm telling you, I mean, he's got almost half the infield in there.
And he's going to just get Bowers into a crab walk backwards and eventually tag him out. And Bowers began to do the crab walk like he was in PE in first grade.
I don't see that often. You got to have fun on the baseball field, right? Pete fouls one off right over toward Craig Alpernez in the dugout. That was on the ground. He's had enough.
It's like there's a magnet over there.
He has seen enough.
He's going to get a glove. He's going to get his catcher's mitt.
It's about time, Alfie.
That ball got into the upper deck, and then it ended back up on the playing field. Oh, no.
Not happy.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat, which hits the netting and stays right there. How about that?
Wow. Not Charlotte's, but City Fields Webb.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
A.m. to 2 p.m. Wolf and Luke, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. What is that? What's going on, Luke? Afternoons. It's Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m. Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m.
Burnsy, what's going on?
Arizona's biggest sports personalities are on the local sports leader. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
D-backs skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Sun Moon Song leads off for San Diego. This is the start of the top of the 6th inning. Fott has been excellent. His first pitch is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 3-0 Diamondbacks here in this series opener. D-backs will take on the Padres. This is the first of 4. After that, the Dodgers are in town for 3, and then after that, 3 more against the Rockies before the D-backs will head out east again. It'll be the last time they go all the way out east to take on the Atlanta Braves, and then the Boston Red Sox. That all of a sudden is a pretty difficult-looking road trip. 1-1, and that's going to miss 2 balls and a strike.
No doubt is. We thought the first part of the season was fairly tough. The end of the season is probably even tougher, I think.
2-1 pitch. Song takes strike 2. Back-to-back changeups, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We kind of knew the Braves were good. They started off strong. They've kind of maintained their position. Can't say the same about Boston. My goodness. They looked awful.
They did.
They looked like they was about to have a mutiny in the clubhouse, trying to have a coup d'etat of the front office. I mean, it seemed like nobody liked anybody in there. And all of a sudden they can't lose. They just swept the Dodgers. 2-2 pitch. And Song, routine grounder to first. Tawa near the bag gloves. And a little toe tap in time for the out.
Good backdoor cutter there by Fott. Sung just getting to roll over there. Easy out. First base for Tim Tawa.
3 unassisted put out, back to the top of the order. But for this Diamondback team, by the time they head out east again, they should have some reinforcements, it sounds like. Very optimistic on both Martinez and Lawler. As Tatis finally takes a pitch. He swung at the first 2 pitches he saw in his first 2 at-bats. He made 2 routine outs. Well, all right, that's a little unfair. He flew out to the warning track his first time out. It's not routine. I take that back. Gave us a scare. Here's the 1-0. Swings, sends a routine liner to center. This is routine. Waldschmidt makes the catch. 62 pitches thrown by Fott. He's almost through 6 shutout.
Wow. So again, he's got no walks. He's just dominating the strike zone with every pitch. You can just see, we talked about the confidence. It was a huge thing, right? I mean, I think it's been the biggest thing that I've seen differently, other than a couple of mechanical issues, but just confidence and throwing the ball over the plate.
Tell you what, we're talking about Boston. What they've experienced as a team, Fott has experienced as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
You thought going into it would be okay. Then it was very clearly not. And you wondered how bad was it going to get from a results standpoint. He was demoted to the bullpen. The rotation got hot. They really weren't using him. And then when they were, fair to say the results were at best mixed.
Yeah.
Eventually send him back down because they got to stretch him back out as a starter. And, for him, what a great opportunity rather than to look at how awful things are.
Right.
A chance to reset, have a couple things in his sight line to fix, goes out and does it, comes back. He's been the best pitcher in this rotation since.
For sure. And it was, how long was he down there for? A month?
Maybe.
I mean, he had to turn it around quickly. Obviously, it was, I think it was a little quicker than what the D-backs wanted to bring him up, but he worked on stuff. The pitching coaches up here worked with the pitching coaches down there.
3-1 swung on and fouled away. Apologize. Cronenworth took a couple pitches out of the zone to get to a 3-1 count and then sprayed that pitch. Fouled. 3-2.
But yeah, to come back up and immediately produce, it's got to be fulfilling for him to, have the results he's had.
Another 3-2 pitch fouled. And it's going to be interesting. The Diamondbacks, again, they lost the off day on Thursday the 23rd to play the Cardinals. They did have an off day this most recent Thursday. They won't have another off day until a week from this coming Thursday. 3-2 out to left by Cronenworth. Kepler moving back at the track and at the wall. Makes a leaping catch. And that's going to do it for the Padres here in the 6th. Nice play by Kepler. As we make our way to the bottom of the 6th, it is the Diamondbacks 3 and the Padres nothing on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a reliable Medicare plan so you can focus on all the things that matter to you?
Here it comes. Swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right center field. It's got a chance. Thomas at the wall, and it is off the wall, and it bounces by both fielders. Caratini scores. Lee's going to score. Royce Lewis has tripled home the winning runs.
3-2 offering. Swung on in the air. Right center field and deep. Back goes the center fielder. Leaping at the wall. It is caught. Oh, I don't believe it. What a catch by Dane Myers. Dom blasts another one dead center field. An unbelievable night here at Dodger Stadium.
Sandy Alcantara on his 97th pitch gets through 7 shutout innings.
The Tigers score in every inning with a 19-hit attack. Final score, the Tigers even up this series at a game apiece.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Featuring Jayco. Add a concert field pass to your ticket and see the show from the field. Visit DBACKS.com/concerts.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Hey, welcome you back to Chase Field. This is the bottom of the 6th inning. And Michael King still on the mound for the Padres. Got that quick inning in the 5th, really his first efficient inning all game long. And so he will start at 95 pitches. First pitch is strike to Arenado. D-backs lead 3-0. And the 0-1 is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Could be a situation where this is his last hitter. You got the lefty Del Castillo on deck. You got the lefty Matsui ready in the bullpen. As the 1-1, Arenado takes just off the mark. 2 balls, 1 strike. D-backs have been riding on the coattails of a 3-run homer by Tim Tawa in the 4th, looking for just a little bit more. As a 2-1, it's again just a touch outside. You could understand King trying to get that changeup to work back, almost like a 2-seamer.
Exactly what he's trying to do there. Again, on that count, I feel like he's probably trying to be a little bit too fine. That's the difference between what King's been doing and Brandon Pfaadt, where Brandon Pfaadt in that last innings, 3-2, challenge fastball, ends up getting a fly ball.
3-1 is swung on. That is launched way up in the air. This is going to hook foul out of play. It didn't have the distance, but man, he got the pitch in the location he wanted and really let it fly.
Yeah, that's the counts. 3-1. For the most part, these guys are sitting dead red fastballs and trying to jump ship on something out over the plate.
3-2 the count. Next pitch will be pitch 101. Here it is. Arenado fouls it back. Definitely has to be his last hitter. Can't imagine Craig Stammen would let King go somewhere between 110, 120 pitches in this scenario.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah, I agree. Again, with the lefty coming up.
Another swing, another foul. It's a talk for a different time, right? Pitch counts, because it seems like almost all starting pitchers are anchored to 100 pitches for most start. But I've always contended that, yes, we know that injuries are on the rise. Here's the 3-2. Swung on again, fouled out of play. Is it because of pitch counts? A lot of people would tend to believe it's yes. And I'd say, okay, well, say a guy starts an inning with 90 pitches and the batter fouls away every single pitch that he throws over and over and over again. At what point do you take him out of the game when the bat's not over? Is it at 120 pitches, 130 pitches? And you say, all right, we got to get him out. 3-2. Check swing and no swing. It'll be a leadoff walk. Heck of an at bat for Arenado. And that will be the knockout punch for King. Here comes Stammen. 104 pitches on the day for King. It was a grind from start to finish. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. D-backs have the leadoff man on with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 3-0 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
Hey, D-backs fans, the D-backs Rewards program presented by Fry's Food Stores.
While we're still in Philly for the All-Star game, let's take a look around Citizens Bank Park. Home of the Philadelphia Phillies, the bank opened its doors in 2004. Just beyond center field, Ashburn Alley serves as a history lesson for baseball in Philadelphia. There's also games for kids. And tons of great restaurants. You can come to Philly and not have a Philly cheesesteak, or try a Sanchez slider, the Schwarbomb sundae, and come on, Bull's barbecue. I mean, delicious. And once you've got your hands on some grub, quickly find your seat. You don't want to miss a thing.
Up the middle, and the American League cashes in. Oh, God. Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
It's been a treat, Philly. See you next time.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
7:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Injured in a car accident or slip and fall? We're batting over $20 billion and counting. We're Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yuki Matsui, a 2.38 ERA and 41 2/3 innings pitched. Gets a good amount of strikeouts, 45 strikeouts and 41 2/3 innings, but 24 walks. That is probably a bit higher than Craig Stammen was hoping to see. He will face Adrian Del Castillo. Del going to square to bunt. And he bunts it right back to Matsui. Picks it up, fires to second. They get the out there. Throw to first, not going to be in time. So credit Matsui fielding his position. It'll be a fielder's choice and a 1-6 put out of Arenado.
Not a great attempt at a bunt there by Del Castillo. Ideally, you're trying to pull that thing down the first baseline, get that first baseman to charge. But it was more towards Matsui there. He did a nice job of coming in to get the ball, turning, making a great throw, almost doubling him off.
Well, with getting that lead runner, the line now on King is final. Here is Tawa, homered earlier. 3-0 Diamondbacks. And first pitch way too high from Matsui. That missed at 92. Michael King today, 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, all earned on 5 hits. King walked 4 batters and struck out 5. And as mentioned earlier, gave up the 3-run homer to Tawa. That's where this game stands, 3-0. The 1-0 by Matsui. And Tawa takes a strike. Ooh, that looked outside.
Yes, it did.
1-1. We get a look at the replay now, and I mean, it's considerably outside. But again, the D-backs are so afraid of losing that challenge. They've lost sight of what are clearly balls out of the zone. 1-1. Swing and a miss.
That's where you get into trouble with the early. McCann, you know, challenged that early heater upstairs from Fott. That was pretty clearly, to me, looked like a ball. But now you're kind of behind the 8 ball and wanting to challenge anything, at least for another inning or 2 even.
This is the great debate about challenges that is going on in our first year of having ABS in regular season games. 1-2 is swung on and fouled back. You listen to a lot of people. Let me back it up for a second. We're still trying to figure out the best way to utilize challenges in terms of having an impact on scoring runs. That's obviously the name of the game. Scoring runs, preventing runs.
Yeah.
3-0 D-backs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. When people talk about a good challenge and a bad challenge, there's kind of 2 ways to look at it. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. That's a high fly down the left field line. Shortstop Bogarts calling off the left fielder Rengifo and making the catch. There's 2 away. Bring up James McCann. And to finish this thought here, Webby, people are talking about 2 different things when they're talking about good challenges and bad challenges. They're talking about good situations to challenge.
Yep.
That's the context of the game. And then there's good challenges, which are the results of the challenge.
Exactly.
You know what a bad challenge is? A wrong challenge. You know what a good challenge is? It's a right challenge.
Exactly.
So if you get it right, doesn't matter when you make it, it's a good challenge. It's like, what's a good shot in basketball? Any shot that goes in the hoop, right?
Exactly. That's a good thought. I like that.
McCann goes after the first pitch. This is hit to right center field. That's going to drop in front of Tatis for a base hit. On his way to third is Del Castillo. He'll stop there. And the Diamondbacks with runners on the corners with 2 outs for Ryan Waldschmidt.
Little fister there. Or off the end, I couldn't tell. 86-mile-an-hour velo for McCann on that. Yeah, just a little off the end of the bat there. Shoots it into right field, but ends up getting a base hit. First and third now for the D-backs.
Ryan Waldschmidt is 0 for 2 in this one. This is a matchup you would think you'd like if you're the Diamondbacks. You got a lefty pitcher on the mound, as it looks like Ruben Niebla is going to go out for another mound visit here. Matsui theoretically has faced the minimum. The Padres, however, do not have anybody up in the bullpen. And in the 6th inning, you would think this is a little aggressive to start perhaps going matchup to matchup.
Yeah, I would think so, too. You got, Waldy, who's a right-handed hitter, but then you're backed up by, 4 left-handed hitters coming up at the top of the lineup with Corp, Perdomo, Kepler, and Marte being switched. So ideally, he's wanting to get out of the inning, obviously, but if it doesn't work, you've still got a lot of lefty-lefty matchups coming up.
And this is a great time for Waldschmidt. If you're looking for what Matsui might throw here, we've always seen the fastball and the split. Does have a breaking ball as well, but if Waldschmidt is kind of eyeing right center field, you can drive the fastball that way, and you can still have enough weight back if you do get off speed in the strike zone to maybe hit it towards left center.
There is a big hole in left center.
Matsui fires, and Waldschmidt takes the slider down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. First and third, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. D-backs trying to right now add to their 3-0 lead. Matsui. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Split finger there. Seen a lot of that from the Asian market coming over. Those guys really throw a lot, and they are nasty.
1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss again. Another splitter. It's 1-2. He was the hypothetical in so many theoretical trades. Ryan Waldschmidt, he's not going anywhere. That's what Mike Hazen told us when we talked to him earlier. He's going to be here for years. Here he is in a big spot. The 1-2. Took a splitter down. And the count was even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Matsui again, just trying to get a chase with that split finger. Obviously, he's going to be his strikeout pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if he tripled up on it right now. Try to get Waldy to swing over top of it.
Matsui's 2-2 is swung on and missed. It was the 3rd consecutive splitter. He gets the strikeout, and he works himself out of trouble. D-backs strand 2, but end of 6 here in the desert. It's the D-backs.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, the end is where he's out. Yes, sir. Is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Friday home games on 12 News. It's all followed by 12 News at 10 for the latest development across the state. Stream D-backs on deck, then catch up on breaking news, weather, and exclusive content. All available anytime on 12 Plus. It's baseball season in Arizona. 12 News, the official broadcast home of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
D-back skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Brandon Pfaadt back to work here for the seventh. He has thrown 69 pitches to get through 6 innings. Machado swings at the first pitch. This is a bouncing ball to third from foul territory. Arenado to first. Oh, come on. What a play.
Wow. First pitch swinging right there. Manny Machado, chopper to third base. Nothing's getting by that guy. Arenado taking his momentum all the way almost into the, towards the third base coach. Strong throw across and gets him.
That right there is your cool play of the game, brought to you by Chaz Roberts. Go to ChazRoberts.com for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring. Chaz Roberts serving you since 42. This is a first pitch strike to tie France. The count is 0-1. D-backs in front 3-0. 71 pitches by Pfaadt. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As now France sends one skyward foul left side, and the count is 0-2. He's been magnificent in this one, Webby.
Been unbelievable. He's starting this inning, the 7th inning, with 69 pitches. Just still it's just doing the same thing that we've seen the last 6 starts now going into his 7th. It's just been amazing.
0-2. Missed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Just see the confidence just dripping off that guy out there. Literally. He's a sweater.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The 1-2. That one hit hard but foul right side. Pfaadt has always had kind of this bashful, aw shucks personality on the mound. And you thought, especially in the postseason 3 years ago, how is this going to work, especially against a hard-nosed group like the Phillies? Well, 1-2. And really, you think about the Diamondbacks, 2 of the most important games in the last 10 years of this franchise. Pfaadt was on the mound and was so excellent, so seemingly out of nowhere, and here it seems like he's that guy again. 2-2, check swing, no swing, the count is full.
Yeah, that's why he was rewarded, right? They extended him. Didn't have to. Extended this guy because he pitched so well.
The 3-2. And that was a good changeup. Ran in on France. He pulled it foul.
But yeah, he looks like the same guy that we saw a few years ago, dominating in those playoff games.
That was a last-round pick in a 5-round COVID-shortened draft back in 2020 out of Bellarmine University, a school most people hadn't heard of in Kentucky. 3-2. Missed outside. That'll be a 1-out walk. Did you ever apply to Bellarmine?
I did not apply to Bellarmine. No, I didn't. No. Familiar with it, only being from Kentucky probably, but.
It is Harry Potter night here at Chase Field. A lot of fans having fun, some of the in-game entertainment. I was thinking if Kentucky had a Quidditch team, I got to imagine that'd be a tough group to play right there. Might not have the most talent, but they got a lot of heart. They're going to play hard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Beat you to death with a broomstick. First pitch, swing and a miss by Jackson Merrill. Count is 0-1. That SEC Quidditch just hits different, So
it does.
Merrill tonight is 1 for 2. 3-0 D-backs as the 0-1. Swung on. This is hit towards the left field corner. Slicing foul, and that'll be about 3 rows deep. 0-2.
Really good changeup right there by Pfaadt. I feel like this is, for me, probably the best feel that he's had in the look and the shape of those changeups that I've seen him have.
0-2. Wasted a fastball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. This is kind of the first time tonight it feels like Pfaadt's been met with a little bit of resistance, and yet he's a ground ball away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, no doubt. Gets the first out, then walks. It's ahead in the count right here to Merrill.
And now the 1-2. on the ground to first. It just goes foul. Tawa had that line well defended. That would have been a classic step on first, throw to second for the tag.
What we were just talking about. Another good change up there. Again, Merrill was a little more ready there, pulled it down the first base line.
3-0 D-backs. Chris Garagiola alongside former Cy Young winner Brandon Webb. D-backs have looked in control for most of this game. As the 1-2. Somehow Merrill got a piece of that high heater. He can at times be susceptible to the letter high fastball. Merrill just got a piece of it that time.
Yeah, just a nice job by Merrill there by getting a piece getting a piece of the ball there. After a couple good change-ups, he four-seamed one high, letter high, neck high, was able to just foul it off.
The 1-2, that is a pop-up left side, headed towards the seats. Is it playable for Arenado? Yes, it is. He will make the catch. And after a lengthy at-bat, there's now 2 down for Luis Rengifo.
Fought there, doubled up on the four-seam up and in. Gets Merrill to swing something out of the zone, fists it over there just for a P5, easy out over there for Arenado for the second out.
Rengifo is 0 for 2. Fought's first pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Rengifo earlier with the Brewers DFA'd and then signed a minor league deal with the Padres, who then brought him up to the big leagues on July 8th. Should say DFA was released, the 0-1. Now that's going to be high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rengifo was a big-time prospect with the Angels. I remember covering his games in Double-A back in 2017. There's a 1-1. And Rengifo takes outside, 2 balls and a strike. But for whatever the reason is, the Angels have been mired in mediocrity for the better part of a decade. And a lot of the guys that were supposed to be kind of the big prospects haven't exactly panned out. But Rengifo done a nice job with the Padres since getting that opportunity. As that pitch is inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, hitting over 350.
Wow.
Sample size is a bit small, obviously.
Yeah.
Less than 4 weeks of work, but still, Padres loving the uptick in offense they've seen. 88 pitches thrown by Fott, looking like more and more it could be his last inning. Runner at first, 2 down. The pitch to Rengifo is ripped past Marte on the ground. That'll roll into right field, a base hit. And all of a sudden, the Padres will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of catcher Luis Campusano.
Fought behind in the count there at 3-1. Challenge fastball at 90 miles an hour. Tim Rengifo was able to get a decent part, go base hit through the 4-hole there for a base hit.
So Brian Kaplan going to go out and talk things over as right-hander Juan Murillo hustles to get loose. At the speed of life, hope moves faster than cancer with groundbreaking treatments, pioneering research, and revolutionary care. City of Hope is daring to dream bigger and tackle cancer head on. Learn more by going to cityofhope.org. Well, this would be a nice exclamation point to put at the end of a fantastic start if Fott can somehow retire Campusano and have it be 7 shutout in the books.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
2 on and 2 out. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. Fott's first one is rolled over left side. Arenado picks it up, spins, throws to first, and Tawa can't make the backhand pick. It gets away, and a run will score. To third goes to Rengifo. Francis in, and it's now 3-1 Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Font makes a nice pitch there. Gets a roll over to Arenado, who makes fantastic throws almost every time. It is in towards the 6-0, so he did a big spin move and tried to make the throw there. It was a long scoop over there for Tawa. Just wasn't able to come up with it. It was up the line. They were able to score a run right there.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Font. You could see what Tawa was trying to do, but in hindsight, just you got to do anything you can to knock that ball down, because you knock it down, nobody scores. Unfortunately, first and third, 2 outs, 3-1. Diamondbacks lead. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play to New Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Font brilliant in this one. It'll be up to the bullpen, though, to protect the lead. We'll see.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
People are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville. It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. They're excited to be back and back on their feet. So it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
For more, visit mychemicalromance.com. The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
It is indeed Juan Murillo who is on to pitch for the Diamondbacks. First and third, D-backs have a 3-1 lead. Murillo replacing Brandon Font. And on the season, Murillo in 44 2/3 innings has struck out 53 batters while walking only 16. 2.62 ERA. This will be appearance number 49. And all he's got to do is get an out of Xander Bogaerts, and the D-backs will take a 2-run lead into the bottom of the 7th. First and third for the Padres. Again, Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb. First of 4. D-backs and Padres this week. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Very late on that fastball was Bogaerts.
Gas at 99.
Murillo's been a big weapon for this bullpen. The 0-1. Strike 2. Hard to say, Webby, he came out of nowhere because the D-backs saw Murillo last year. But what we are seeing this year is the potential, is he's been able to take those walks and cut that rate down considerably. He's become more of a strike thrower, as a result, getting more strikeouts and getting more high leverage opportunities.
Yeah, no doubt. He's definitely got the stuff for back into the bullpen, innings. But yeah, last year we saw him. He's got the stuff, but the walks were kind of a hindrance for him. And this year he's more in the strike zone. You see 99 just painted right there on Bogaerts in the outer half.
The 0-2, right by him. Strike 3, 100 miles an hour, no chance. And the Padres strand 2. They do score 1. Stretch time in the desert. It's the Diamondbacks 3 and the Padres 1 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
An easy one again for Olerud, or is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be neither.
Fly on the infield. Alicea coming in, and a collision, and the ball drops.
Locked up, Ordonez, Alfonso. Oh! They both look at each other, and it bounces free. Shallow center for Chico. Oh! Dropped the ball. Oh! And it drops in a couple of times.
Burrell doesn't see it. He doesn't see it.
Saved me the most. If only everything was that easy. Are you looking for an easy way to save? Let's talk about rate plan options. Check the monthly plan comparison on your bill and online, or give us a call. Learn more at aps.com/let's talk.
DBACKS Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Corbin Carroll leading off against Yuki Matsui. First pitch he swings and he fouls it back. Down to 0-1. D-backs have a 3-1 lead. At the bottom of the seventh, they got the top of the order coming up, trying to add to it. Matsui might face all three hitters. Two lefties due up with Carroll and Kepler. And now the 0-1. Carroll sounded like he broke his bat. It sounded like he broke his bat right by a microphone.
It did. It was a big one, sinker 94 in on the hands right there. Just explode. It did explode, but it sounded like it exploded.
So we're going to do Louisville Slugger, it looks like. Pride of Kentucky.
Absolutely, huh?
A little grip, a little spray. D-backs, really, it's one swing of the bat. Now, to be fair, they have out-hit the Padres 6-5. They've drawn more walks than the Padres have, so they've had more chances to score as they lead it 3-1. And now the 0-2 pitch from Matsui. And Carroll. Swing and a miss, down on strikes.
A sweeper right there. Just dominated Carroll in that at bat with the two-seam fastballs and a nice slider there in the dirt. Gets him to wave at us way out of the strike zone there. Almost in the other batter's box.
Second strikeout for Matsui. Don't forget, bottom of the seventh means the seventh inning stretch. Is brought to you by our friends over at Arizona Complete Health. Here for the home team and here for your health. This is Perdomo. First pitch, swings and foul, tips it. Batting gloves are on for Perdomo. Time to cover those paws up. One out, base is empty. And the 0-1 pitch. Missed the corner. Padres have two challenges remaining. The Diamondbacks lost their first challenge 4 pitches into the game. They've not challenged a pitch since. And there's been some opportunities where they could have challenged and really have been the benefit of some hitter counts.
I think so, 4 or 5 of them.
1-1, missed low. Here comes a challenge. Okay. Ramon De Jesus. Some audio issues here. This pitch is indeed a strike.
That's a good challenge there.
Instead of it being 2-1, it's now 1-2. Those swing counts. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2 now.
So he back to that split finger. That definitely see that's going to be his out pitch, especially against right-handed hitters.
Very methodical pitcher is Matsui. Now time going to be called by Perdomo. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. 3-1 D-backs, bottom of the 7th. And Matsui home with a 2-2. Swung on and drilled foul out of play. Casino Arizona, Talking Stick Resort have one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. If you want to get up to $25 in free play, visit saltriverrewards.com to get started. Matsui's 2-2 pitch. Missed inside.
Once again, Perdomo producing a great at-bat, getting to 3-2 after falling behind.
Perdomo takes it off the plate. That's ball 4. Now the D-backs have a one-out base runner.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
So Ildemaro Vargas is going to be brought on as a pinch hitter, and that will get the attention of Craig Stammen, manager of the Padres. It appears he's on the top step of the dugout. Not sure if he's going to make a change here. And here he comes. So out comes the manager. Still hasn't pointed down. Now he does. So he had Jeremiah Estrada getting loose, and it will be Estrada who comes into this game. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play to do Ford is at Sanderson Ford. D-backs with one on and one out in the bottom.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Do not guarantee a similar outcome.
D-back skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, Jeremiah Estrada is back for the Padres. 3.91 ERA in only 23 innings pitched. This is only his 25th start of the season, or appearance of the season, pardon me. Padres brought back Estrada off the injured list after he was dealing with some right knee inflammation. Cost him 2 months of the season. Padres DFAing knuckleballer Matt Waldron. And here he is facing Ildemaro Vargas. 1 on, 1 out in the 7th. Estrada. His tie with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Padres last year had one of the most dominant bullpens in baseball. As the 1-0 is swung on and missed, they had Mason Miller, Robert Suarez, Jason Adam, Adrian Morejon, and this guy Estrada all at their disposal. And they still couldn't get past the Cubs in the wild card round. Couldn't score. There's the 1-1 pitch. Vargas takes a strike. 1-2. But they still have a very, very good bullpen, even without Suarez. Jason Adams still injured. They're hoping he will be back in August, if not early September. 1-2, weekly hit right side. Cronenworth charging, has it, goes to second. There's one, but the throw to first not in time. Well, they do get the lead runner. It's a 4-6 force out, but it will allow Ketel Marte to come to the plate with a man on and 2 gone in the 7th.
Just trying a bit of a different look that the Diamondbacks have seen. Really over-the-top delivery. Really straight four-seam fastball, about 95, 96 mile an hour. Also throws a split change, they call it, and that was what that was right there to almost turn that double play.
First pitch to Ketel is a fastball that is called a strike, and it's 0-1. Marte has walked twice in this game, so technically 0-for-1, but much better quality at bats from him. Here to kick off this homestand. 3-1 Diamondbacks, 2 outs in the 7th. And now Marte takes a second strike, and he will challenge this pitch. Marte let 2 challenge opportunities go with 3-ball counts. Pitches out of the zone, did not challenge, and now he's a little nervous.
I'm not sure I like that one.
Ooh. That was entirely in the strike zone, almost touching the middle quadrant.
Right. That's 3-4 inches inside the black there.
And so the D-backs are out of challenges. Here's the 0-2. Weekly hit right side. Cronenworth will go the shorter way to first. That's in time. The inning is over. D-backs get a 1-out walk. They strand 1 and do not score. And after 7 tonight, Diamondbacks lead the Padres.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Big-time spot here in the 8th. It's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch. And he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go? A bomb.
421 feet away.
My goodness.
Christian Yelich, a 3-run blast.
Today, visit dbacks.com/heroes.
Hey, D-backs fan, Dr. Jay Schwartz, the Team Eye Doctor for your Arizona Diamondbacks, has 3 Valley locations, 1 in Mesa, 1 in Scottsdale, and 1 in Glendale for all of your eye care needs. Call 480-483-EYES or go online at teamidoc.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the 8th inning, defensive changes made by the Diamondbacks, 3 of them. Ildemaro Vargas remains in the game to play first. Tim Tala moves from first to left. Jorge Perosa comes in for Waldschmidt to play center. And also remaining in the game on the mound, Juan Murillo. First pitch to Sun Moon Song. Missed outside for ball 1. D-backs in front 3-1 as the 1-0 is also a little bit outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. It'll be Song in the top of the order. Tatis and Cronenworth as a 2-0 pitch. On the edge for his strike. 2-1. Well, they're obviously keeping Murillo in here to face Tatis and Machado. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Too high. 3 balls and a strike. And now the 3-1. That is pumped in there on the edge.
Just to get me over 98-mile-an-hour fastball there by Murillo.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff. Right up the middle, ground ball base hit for Song. It was thrown hard. It was hit harder. And this will bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out. And Fernando Tatis Jr.
Already in a fastball count. Song realized that. Geared up for it. Good hard hit ball up the middle.
Tatis is 0 for 3. First pitch. Swings right through a changeup. Now the count is 0-1. This is a good fastball hitter. Teams typically try and attack him with spin. However, the premier pitch for Murillo is the 4-seam fastball.
No doubt. Showed a really nice changeup there, though. Have Tatis way out in front.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball. Up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Three to 1 Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch. Inside again. That was a changeup. And the count 2-1.
And went back to the changeup. I like that. You know he's going to be aggressive. Tatis has been aggressive all night. He's an aggressive hitter in general. I think a good changeup would get a double play right there.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Tatis thought he would get a heater. Instead got the changeup.
A guy like Murillo that throws 98 miles an hour, if you're Tatis up there, you're thinking heater all the way in that count. He does not get it.
2-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. 4-seamer at 100.
I think it almost seemed to rise and cut up out of the strike zone right there. For sure not a strike, probably 6 inches up and out of the strike zone there.
I thought I saw the same thing you did. That looked like it had cut action somehow to it. Like it was just, wow, off to the left. Here is now Cronenworth. Tying run to the plate. Takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Last year we saw Murillo the thrower. This year we've seen Murillo the pitcher. I mean, some delicate changeups.
No doubt.
Webby, a well-located up and away fastball for the strikeout.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And then the inning before when he came in, he was dotting 99 to 100.
Fought off to left. Tawa racing in. That's a chest-high catch. Yeah, there's now 2 outs. And Machado coming up on what should be a very difficult right-on-right matchup. Fans, no matter where Machado go, boo him like he just insulted their mother.
Yes. Not well liked by many.
Murillo's first pitch is swung on and fouled straight back by Machado. The count is 0-1.
Challenge heater right there, 99 miles an hour right there. Machado just a bit late on there, foul ball.
The 0-1. Swung on. That is hit high to right. It's hit deep. Carroll going back and now makes the catch in front of the wall. And that will do it for the Padres here in the top of the 8th. Machado gave it a ride, but just didn't quite have the distance. It is the Diamondbacks 3.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Down the third base line. Sprague goes home and he hits Ronnie Smith. Now also heading home is Voigt. He's in. The ball will go over to the seats. Heading home is McLemore. And he is safe. And the ball is dropped. And the fans are furious. The Toronto Blue Jays, the world champions, have done their 1962 Mets imitation.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. After the D-backs Dodgers game on Friday, August 7th, enjoy a free post-game concert featuring Jayco. Add a concert field pass to your ticket and see the show from the field. Visit dbacks.com/concerts.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
That is the bottom of the eighth inning. And the Padres have brought on left-hander Wandy Peralta. Caught to the bullpen, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. That's playing a new Ford at Sanderson Ford. Wandy 2-2 with a 3.21 ERA. Heavy workload this year. 56 innings pitched already for him. We've got 2 months to go.
Wow, that is a lot.
Seems like he's going to be knocking on the door of 80 innings. And his first pitch to Arenado. It's outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-1 Diamondbacks. First of 4 games between the D-backs and the Padres. And once we get past, Webby, the old every game is important mantra, the reason why this one is a little bit different, first the 2-0. No one takes a strike. It's now 2-1. Wanted to challenge. D-backs don't have any left. Diamondbacks entered the day tied with the Phillies for basically the second and third wild card spot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, the Phillies took down the Nationals 6-3. There's a line shot through the right side. And a base hit for Arenado. It is the second time he's reached base. It's his first hit of the night. There's a man aboard now for Adrian Del Castillo.
Wandy, the left-hander, threw one outside. I thought it was clearly a ball. Arenado wanted to challenge that. He stayed out there, had a good approach on that same exact pitch, shot that in the 4-hole for a base hit. It was a great at-bat.
But imagine Dell's going to try and bunt again. Had an unsuccessful bunt. He squares again. And this is a better one. Bunts it back to the pitcher, but the only play is to first. And Peralta catapults it over to first base in time.
Yes, he did. Kind of stiffed on it. It's so hard sometimes as a pitcher when you're going full speed, 100%. You get a little bunt right here, and you're real close to first base. You kind of almost stiff arm lock up and throw a grenade over there, which is what Peralta kind of looked like he did.
1-4 on the sacrifice. Arenado moves into scoring position, and now Tawa, who homered earlier tonight, first pitch, takes a knee-high strike. That homer, our launch of the game, inspired by Honeywell Aerospace. Honeywell Aerospace, the future is what we make it. So the Diamondbacks, if they win this game, they once again are tied with the Phillies. They'd have identical 60 and 53 records. The 0-1 is low. And if they beat the Padres enter today 1 game behind the Diamondbacks for that third and final wild card spot. So you could have a 2-game lead, or you could have no lead. 1-1. Good pitch by Peralta. Changeup again down, and Tawa swung over the top of it. It's 1-2. 3 straight changeups to start the AB.
So hence the importance of this game. Correct?
You get where I'm going.
I got you.
1-2. A 4th changeup. Wow. This time Tawa would not bite. I'd throw it again.
We've seen a lot of changeups today in the game between all the pitchers.
2-2 pitch. And that was a slider. Started low, finished low. Full count. Three to one Diamondbacks, bottom of the eighth. Runner at second, one out, the 3-2. Is a ground ball up the middle. Bogarts dives, knocks it down. That'll save a run. It's a hit for Tawa. Arenado stops at third, but there are two on and only one out for James McCann.
Yeah, nice job by Bogarts going up towards the middle. I'm sure he had to dive. He almost overdove on that one. Hit the heel of his glove. Nonetheless, he kept the runner at third base, preventing him from scoring. First and third now for the D-backs.
And it looks like Ruben Niebla is going to go out for a mound visit. This is to talk strategy here. There's nobody up for the Padres in their bullpen. The eighth is all up to Peralta. And one thing they might be talking about here, Webby, is defending a safety squeeze. Now, Arenado, not exactly the most fleet of foot. So you would think it's a little bit of a risk. But the only reason why I mention this, Diamondbacks, you saw them bunt a couple times on that road trip with runners in scoring position. Tawa had an absolute beauty against the Nationals.
Yes, he did.
However, the way McCann's swinging the bat, I'd almost rather him just kind of do his thing.
I agree. He's pretty hot right now. Yeah, I agree. I think that was more of a situational meeting instead of, you know, what are we trying to do here with McCann at the plate.
Mound visit is over. McCann, you would think, trying to launch something to the outfield. First one, right there for a strike. 96 at the knees. Nothing in one, the count on McCann. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line through the left side, a base hit. Arenado scores. That ball is all the way to the wall. McCann will be given the stop sign at third. It's a rocket double to left, and the Diamondbacks have a 4-1 lead.
Wow, that ball was scorched. McCann gets a sinker up out over the plate, right down the middle. Just a nice, easy, smooth swing. Didn't try to do too much. Just out of the reach there, swung at third base. Rolls all the way to the wall for a double.
Big insurance run to get for the Diamondbacks. Now there's two in scoring position for Barossa. Infield is way in. He squares. He tries to bunt it past the first baseman, France, but he shoots it foul. And don't forget with McCann, that D-back double brought to you by Uber Eats. Get $15 off your next order with code D-backs 2026. I mean, first baseman France is even with the mound. So that lane is unavailable to him. As Barossa going to use his timeout here.
All the infielders pulled in with their toes on the grass of the infield. Yeah, the corners. Or at least Ty France is way up there. Swung at third base is kind of playing even with the bag.
The 0-1. And Barossa takes it high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ironically enough, the issue with Barossa is he puts the ball in the air too often because he's trying to hit home runs. But in this situation, you're trying to get the ball to the outfield. You almost like him swinging away in this situation.
Absolutely. Anything hard hit on the ground is going to get through.
He tries to bunt it again and sends it foul. That doesn't feel like a safety squeeze. That feels almost a bit more like a tweener between safety and suicide.
Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, third is going to be coming in. He was, as soon as that ball's put in play or hits the bat, he's coming home for sure.
And now the 1-2. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The infield is on the cut of the turf except for Ty France, who is not totally convinced.
He screwed it back, didn't he?
A little. The pitch. is sent out to center field. This is hit deep enough. Merrill going back will make the catch. Both runners will tag. The throw goes to third. Tawa scores with ease. And Barossa fired up. He's able to chip in with an RBI sac fly.
And that was a nice call by you right there. He likes to put the ball in the air. He did just that. Hit it plenty deep enough. Score Tawa on a sac fly from third base and move over McCann from second to third. So great job there. Pinch hit by Barossa.
It's all starting to come together for these Diamondbacks. They have a 5-1 lead in the eighth. And the first one down to Corbin Carroll is a called strike. There's a lot of pressure for Barossa in that at bat. You're being told to get the bunt down on a safety squeeze. Get the first baseman down your throat. I mean, that's not easy. And then to be able with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's exactly. With 2 strikes, it's tough. He missed the 2 bunt attempts right there, put himself in a hole, but does an amazing job there getting the ball to center field.
1-1. Carroll swings, fouls it off his front leg. 1-2. 60 years, 20 locations, statewide, one great partner, Chapman Automotive Group. Find your next vehicle the easy way at ChapmanAZ.com. The D-backs have a 4-run lead. It's 5-1, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Can they get one more insurance run? The 1-2, missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. James McCann at third with 2 outs. Two. And Carroll just got a piece of this. For those listening on radio, I cannot even begin to tell you how far away Sun Moon Song is from the third base bag. He is probably 60 feet away. McCann, if he wanted to, could be 3/4 down the line. The only thing he'd have to worry about is Peralta racing him back and tagging him out. 2-2. And that one just missed. Ball 3. 3-2 on Carroll.
Yeah, he's playing a regular shortstop position right now for sure. And deep.
Bogart's a shortstop playing almost behind second. The 3-2. Carroll swings, got jammed, hits it right to Bogarts. He'll field it on the right field side of second. And throw to first in time. Inning is over, but 2 valuable insurance runs scored. D-backs get 3 hits in strand 1. We go to the 9th. Last chance for the Padres. They need 4 to tie it up. They need 5 to take the lead when we come back on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
While we're still in Philly for the All-Star Game, let's take a look around Citizens Bank Park. Home of the Philadelphia Phillies, the bank opened its doors in 2004. Just beyond center field, Ashburn Alley serves as a history lesson for baseball in Philadelphia. There's also games for kids. And tons of great restaurants. You can come to Philly and not have a Philly cheesesteak, or try a Sanchez slider, the Schwarbomb sundae, and come on, Bull's barbecue. I mean, delicious. And once you've got your hands on some grub, quickly find your seat. You don't want to miss a thing.
Up the middle, and the American League cashes in. Oh, God. Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star Game in 13 years.
It's been a treat, Philly. See you next time.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m. Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m.
See what's going on?
Arizona's biggest sports personalities are on the local sports leader. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
D-backs skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, hopefully one final pitching change for the Diamondbacks. Lefty Brandon Garcia on to finish this one off. Left-hander's got a 2.10 ERA in 30 innings, 36 strikeouts, 7 walks. The guy is just filthy. Doesn't matter if you're a lefty or a righty, he's getting everybody out at about the same clip. giving up the same amount of slug with just about the same strikeout rate. And his first pitch to Ty France is off the mark for ball one.
You're kind of wondering, like, bring Garcia in for. It's been a couple days.
Oh, this one line just foul. The right field line. Ty France working an inside-out swing.
I think it's just a matter of getting some work in for Brandon, and then also you want to lock down this game. Just take it to the house.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best played a new Ford at Sanderson Ford. 1-1. Oh, swing and a miss. It just explodes out of his hand. I don't know if he is deceptive, if it's hard to pick up on release point, but it just gets on guys so quickly. As the 1-2. Check swing. Did not go. 2-2.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy out there. I think he hides the ball fairly well, and he throws 96, 97, 98 miles an hour, and
swung on and fouled.
He's got some good movement to it too. He's got a good slider, so you got to respect that as well.
So far, no replay reviews in this one, but as always, our reviews brought to you by Planet Fitness. It's strong for less at $15 a month. Two. Again, swatted foul. Stepped on the scale when we got back from that road trip, and a trip to Planet Fitness might be in my near future.
Yeah, I was right there with you on my month-long hiatus in Laguna Beach.
I'm like, starting with a 2?
Uh-huh.
2-2. Out towards right. Carroll really hustling back. And towards the warning track now will make the catch. Yeah, there's one away.
We talked about Murillo kind of finding the strike zone more this year, and Garcia doing much of the same. I believe that's why he didn't make the team kind of out of spring training. He just wasn't finding the strike zone often enough, and man, ever since he's been up here, he's been great.
First pitch, Jackson Merrill takes a strike. He'll challenge that. It's close. First pitch cutter, so that pitch is trying to work its way back towards the strike zone. Maybe it just got a nibble. Let's see. Maybe it's powered by T-Mobile. It did.
Good pitch.
Half the ball in, half the ball out. The count is 0-1. Merrill 1 for 3. And Garcia's 0-1 pitch. Oh, swing and a miss. Sweeper started maybe on the outside corner, finished a foot wide.
Wow, filthy slider right there. Started about, middle of the plate there, ended up in the other batter's box. It's a waving of a swing by Merrill.
0-2. Threw it again, gets a pop-up, left side. Perdomo going out, calling away Tawa. It's the shortstop who makes the catch. And the Padres are down to their final out, trailing 5-1 in the 9th inning. Luis Rengifo, the batter. First time we see him batting from the right side tonight. Switch hitter is 1 for 3. Padres with 6 hits in this one. Only 1 extra base hit. A double by Campusano. And Rengifo tries to jump the first pitch. He sends it foul. It's 0-1. Hopefully for Garcia, this will be a 1-2-3 ninth. He's thrown 11 pitches. Just trying to ease the workload. There's the 0-1. Is grounded left side. It is Perdomo. Long throw on the run. In time. Makes the play. And that is your ball game. Diamondbacks dispatch the Padres by a final score of 5-1. The homer by Tawa. The late offense in the 8th. And the dominant performance by Fott. That's a tone setter, Webby.
Wow, that's a great all-around game. You get an unbelievable start. Once again, 7 now in a row by Brandon Fott. You got some good timely hitting. You produced a run there late, a couple of them late there. McCann coming through, Barossa with a sac fly. Great defense. We saw some very good defense as well. Great, well-played.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
First, give thanks to God for the success, but secondly, just not trying to do too much. Just taking what's being given to me, trying to use the whole field, right field foul line to left field foul line, and thankfully right now they're finding holes. The balls are finding holes and not finding gloves.
I know that Gabby Moreno was supposed to start tonight's game, was a late scratch for quite a great reason to be there for his kid's birth, but you were a late addition to the lineup today. Does that come with any difficulties to get that call a little bit late in the afternoon?
Yes and no. Physically I try to get myself ready to play every single day, whether I'm in the lineup or not. Mentally at times, if you're not playing, you can maybe check out a little bit. So for me, the big part was locking in mentally as soon as I found out, and trying to get Fott through the game as best I could, and he did a tremendous job.
Speaking of Fott, his dominant run continues. What did you see out of your starting pitcher when it comes to executing the game plan today?
The big thing was he was in the zone early and often, using all his pitches, getting early contact, getting early outs, and that's really what allowed him to get deep in the game.
James, appreciate your time. Congrats on the win.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Steve. Daniels Jewelers is your proud sponsor of our post-game audio. Don't miss out. Grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. We'll take a break. Webby and I will break it down. D-backs may take down the Padres in the opener 5-1 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Relax and let Fry's Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk, so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Fry's Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Fry's, fresh for everyone.
Every team needs a closer, someone you trust when the game's on the line. At Morgan & Morgan, we've got a deep bullpen and winning streak, because when a case gets tough, you want someone ready to close. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Arizona Lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Avnet is your hometown partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. We are a global technology distributor and solutions provider headquartered right here in the Valley. We help businesses all over the world source the right technology components and manage the logistics to get their products to market. The components we distribute are likely in the products you use and depend on every day, from your car to your household appliances. Avnet, delivering what's next in technology distribution. Visit avnet.com to learn more.
The D-backs host the Los Angeles Dodgers at Chase Field for a weekend series starting Friday, August 7th. Get your tickets for the matchup now at dbacks.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, once again, the Diamondbacks, they're able to take the series opener by a final score of 5-1. Chris Garagiola alongside Brandon Webb. Broke down quite a bit of this game already, so we're not going to repeat all of it. Just a couple for you here, Webby. Fought being able to get off to a good start, a clean start. What do you think that kind of unlocked for him as the rest of his outing unfolded, and then as he was able to get that lead, obviously, with Tawa's 3-run home run?
Yeah, I think the first inning is a tone setter for him as well as the team. But he had a couple Ks, 11 pitches in that inning. He was all around the strike zone, dotting it up. So I think getting off to a good start for him. Once again, we talked about confidence and what he's been showing over the last seven starts now. But just getting through the first inning, for me it was too, and I feel like it was for him today as well. But getting those first 3 outs and getting comfortable out there on the mound and kind of being like, okay, I'm back at it and I'm where I want to be and locked in. I think that was big for him. But getting that in for the offense as well. You get, he's getting you in and out in 10 or less pitches a lot of times. In a 9-pitch inning, in a 5-pitch inning, but getting the offense in there quickly allows them to kind of let loose too.
The players don't have a ton of control on what happens in the trade deadline other than you try and play well, put your team in a position to hopefully make a few acquisitions. And I think there could have been a lot of distractions about the fact that D-backs made one move acquiring Lars Nootbaar, who we imagine will be here in a Diamondback uniform tomorrow. But the great thing about baseball, you play every day, and the D-backs, they get right back to their winning ways. It looked very similar to many of the wins we saw on this road trip. It's one game, but it feels like this type of performance and this type of win will allow them to resharpen their focus and kind of get after it, whereas others are maybe still feeling the disappointment of perhaps a lack of volume of moves.
Yeah. I think that can go either way. I know as a team, and I've been around it, we're like, oh, man, are we going to make moves? Are we not going to make moves? And that's definitely a distraction for the whole clubhouse. But again, as a team, you think you're good as you are, and you can go out there and win ball games, which they have been. Look what we've been doing. But, yeah, I think once it quiets down and that trade deadline is over, it's kind of a sigh of relief. Either way it goes, like it's done, let's move on. We did this or we didn't do that, but this is what we got, and we're going to win, and we're going to go out there and put our best game out there on the line. That's what we saw tonight. They didn't falter at all. They got right after it on the mound. They came right after it and did well against King, put pressure on him early, and beat a good pitcher.
D-backs win it again by a final score of 5-1. Don't forget, for a limited time only, you can now watch D-back games in market, both live and on demand, for only $17.99 a season with DBACKS.TV, presented by Progressive. Subject to national exclusivities. Visit DBACKS.TV for more information. One final break. We'll get you the totals from this one, and then we will say goodnight from the desert right after this on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
12 News is dedicated to the Diamondbacks. Tune in free over the air to watch select Friday home games, followed by 12 News at 10. And for complete coverage, stream D-backs on Deck, available anytime on 12 Plus.
Since 1966, 20 locations throughout Arizona, the Chapman Automotive Group has been growing with Arizona for the past 60 years. And this season, we're celebrating that milestone as proud partner of your Arizona Diamondbacks. New truck, family SUV, or that new car you've been dreaming about. Whatever you need, Chapman has you covered. And we make it easy. Chapman Automotive, Arizona's team. Visit us today at ChapmanAZ.com.
Tired of fighting for your store's last bottle of water or lugging hundreds of bottles of water each year from the store to the car to the fridge to the recycling? For less than $1 a day from Parker & Sons, you can have an unlimited supply of bottle quality water right at your tap. Drinking water keeps you healthier, aids in weight loss, keeps skin hydrated, and flushes your body of toxins. Call Parker for your free estimate on a reverse osmosis system at 602-2-REPAIR or visit parkerandsons.com.
If you love ice cream like we love ice cream, you gotta love Cold Stone Creamery. We make our rich, super premium ice cream fresh in every store to create the ultimate ice cream experience. Indulge in our signature creations, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and shakes, all made with our signature ice cream. The flavors that won the hearts and taste buds of ice cream lovers around the world. Order yours online at coldstonecreamery.com. The ultimate ice cream experience.
Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, the only blemish about tonight's day, not the Diamondback win, but we are saying goodbye to one of our most favorite people here at the Diamondbacks, Kat Ritter. It is her final day. She's a member of the Diamondbacks public relations team. There is no one we see probably more often from that group than Kat Ritter, who provides us with so many important notes and pieces of information. Besides her charming personality, she is one of the most reliable people that we have counted on over the last few years. And it is truly impossible to measure the impact that her departure will have on all of us. So on behalf of everyone who has been part of either every radio broadcast or just one radio broadcast, Kat, who is just a few feet away from me, we are sad that you're leaving. We are going to miss you.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobershep makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over it. Great moment.
Bo being chased by something. Bo Jackson's not afraid of a pack of gorillas. And a little bee just chased him out of the batter's box. He's gone, Bo. 3-0 to Bo. He's hacking. Oh, my way, God, Lordy, he just killed him.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What
is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had two hands. He looked it in. Oh.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.